o'clock. Back to Sharif. Adios.
Guys, welcome to the close. Markets steaming to the high side here. Let's see how the S&P and North American markets are faring. 1.25% to the high side here on the S&P. The Dow 0.87. The NASDAQ, though, pumping to the high side here, 1 1/3. The only real red here comes by way of the BOVESPA in Brazil. Bitcoin also was decidedly red this morning on the back of SEC news saying that the Fidelity and BlackRock ETF lack specificity and therefore must be submitted. The Bitcoin spot ETF is what I'm referring to. Ethereum, though, doing very well, up 4.5%. The market in general is decidedly green. The lone red standouts here is Nike. It did not perform as expected yesterday night on earnings, citing margin pressures, and the market making them pay today, decidedly down 2.5%. The other piece of big news was the Supreme Court decision with respect to the Biden administration's student loan forgiveness program. It decided that it was unconstitutional, and therefore SoFi spiked up, spiked down. The market eventually selling it off now. Sell the news comes in down 3% though. But we start off here with our first topic on the rundown. Apple steaming at day's highs at the moment. 193 is where it's currently trading at, 193.15 high a day. This has reclaimed the $3 trillion market cap as analysts give it a positive note today. Citi giving Apple a buy, citing acquiring new Android users and the expansion into the India and China market, guys. Apple has been very strong on the day.
It has.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying what's up. Yeah, look, we're still long Apple from the morning, and we haven't made any other trades. And I kind of feel silly that we're still in the same trade, but welcome to the show. It is the closing show right now in the hour of power, hoping that it gets a little more powerful.
2 hours of power.
Than it's been right now. The NASDAQ is in like a 10-handle range here. Don't quote me on that. We'll go over that in a minute. But yeah, look at Apple, man. Still steaming to the upside. It just keeps on going. And I use that because Sharif just said the market's steaming or something like that.
Melting.
But right now, the market is, man. I mean, it's boiling up. That's for sure. Look at Apple right here, back to day's high. We've been holding it from the open. For me, it was a pretty simple trade. It's on the sticky note. We're just like, hey, look, we broke 190, upgraded, trillions and trillions. And one more trillion, making it 3 trillion. And it is all the way to the top right now. Apple just keeps on going. Look at this daily chart. Like, honestly, to me, this is like a thing of beauty down here. Trapped some people. I mean, to say someone got trapped, like, I don't know. It hits the 50 period there, then just rifles up. Hasn't been close to it since. Apple's still going. We got all these wicks on here on our day chart, so I apologize for that. But imagine they didn't exist, then you'd have this huge move to the upside. There's Apple. It didn't even really think that much about this 183, 184. It kind of got up to it, danced a little bit, then just straight up. Now today you get that upgrade. I mean, all aboard. What's next? I mean, I think we got 200 on our mind right now. So not today, not tomorrow, but maybe soon, and it might even be next week. We just talked about, Brad just mentioned on the midday show there that we have a big earnings season coming through. Like, imagine when Apple talks about India and starts telling everyone about how well that's going for them. I'm excited for Apple here. I like the trade. This is one name that I actually haven't sold anything in. I've sold Microsoft off. I've sold some Google off. I've sold Meta. I'm talking about long term. I feel like you don't want to sell Apple, and if every time you do, Warren Buffett buys it, or
all of us,
ETFs, or Neil buys it, or somebody buys it, because it is just all the way to the upside. Congratulations, anybody that's on Apple. Anybody that's been on the sticky note today just says Apple long, CCL long, Tesla long, but today's another long day. Like,
it's unbelievable.
The Bears must be getting pissed.
The Bears are definitely not happy.
If
you use these crazy wicks on the candles as some kind of an indicator, well, all the crazy wicks are down, so you'd be losing money. I keep trying to clean this. I'm chuckling because I cleaned this one up here that is not on Sean's chart, but it's on my chart. So skewing things, but the early trade off the dip buy was definitely great. I've been sitting in this this later breakout from 192.60. It's hard to see because of that wick. Apologies there. 192.60. I added up here at 80s. I covered some in front of the high of the day. Now I'm just holding on. If we do pull back, I like the 192.60 to 80 for a re-entry, but quite frankly, I'd rather we hold 193 and then see about the next dollar to the upside. Apple, it's been a beast, quite frankly. It doesn't. I know there was some chatter about the option levels, like if it got to 195 today, it doesn't feel like it has that kind of juice. The market going into a long weekend, it's hard for me to think. I know it's been a strong day, but like we're already at 2%. We've been sitting on the NASDAQ, and I know the ES is breaking, but that's mostly the banks. We've been sitting in this 20 handle range for so long, it's hard to imagine you could really see 195 today. But at least getting a test of 94, I'd be perfectly happy with that this afternoon. I don't know, long weekend. I know it's not really a long weekend, but kind of it is a long weekend. So expecting too much out of the afternoon, I think, could be a mistake.
All right, guys, the SEC coming out today, surprising investors, saying that the application sent by the NASDAQ and the CBOE for their clients, BlackRock, Fidelity included in those, was inadequate. Let's see here. Basically, essentially, the story goes that at issue was the filings did not have enough detail with respect to the surveillance sharing agreements, including which spot Bitcoin exchange would be used. Technical stuff. Needless to say, they're going to resubmit, or so it seems. This is the price action move here, around 31,000. When the news hit, we got down to about 29,500, just breaking there. Reclaiming 30,000 though here, guys. Any trade?
Yeah, it's what's crazy is coin turned into a long, and it definitely got me. I've only been short the stock. Weirdly enough, like the one at the absolute lowest price was the best trade because it was a simple breakdown trade. So I was just like 69 break, scalp it out, take it, get your size in, get out, hold some for the dream, and then stop that out. That was actually really good. I did have and then the other one I had was a breakdown here at 70 to 69. But every time I tried to short it on the way up on a move, lose all the way up. I had it on the way back from 70. But when you're back above 30,000, all this has done is make a higher low, grind higher. Now it looks like it wants to make a run at 72 even. A little bit surprised because if you think about this whole BlackRock story, like this has been how this has been running up, or at least that's the theory behind it, like this run from 50 to 70 in the first place. So the fact that it's holding above 70 even is very impressive. Color me a little bit surprised here that it's holding up this well. That said, it is down 1% and the day isn't over just yet. If this does get all the way back to the top, I mean, 70. If I see 74 to 75, I'm calling shenanigans on that move, and I think I'm fading it.
I didn't do anything today. I mean, I was looking at GBTC. Look at this big move down. This is when Sharif first brought the story early on. But again, that was just the open of the day. So it's kind of misleading. It just kind of, unless you had the short initially, it's very, very hard to get. It just kind of reprices because remember, Bitcoins are trading throughout the day, 24 hours, right? And so GBTC opens up, volume comes in, huge tank, and now look, right back to the upside. I tried some shorts down here. They were all wrong. We got out of the way. We got one decent long there for about 10 cents, and then I'm not sure what happened here, but in and out right there for flat. So now it looks like we're trying to break down a little bit, but that's GBTC. A good name to trade if you're looking at Bitcoin. But here it is right now, trying to get back down. This is a live look at Bitcoin here, 30,350 right now. So we're just down a little bit here in the last couple minutes from 30,500 down to 30,300. Anyways, big movements today in Bitcoin. Ethereum also 1930 right now, not the year, the price. For Ethereum. Just real quick, those of you guys, what are we talking about? BTC, okay, Nvidia. So we'll probably talk about Micron soon. We're short Micron. You guys know that one. That's been a good one there, so we'll go bang on that. And then right now we are looking to defend some Amazon here. Amazon's up, it's fine, but it's right at this 130 marker. If we break lower, you guys know what's good, man. We're going to get out. We're not getting out here. We're getting out almost immediately on the break. Give it a little bit lower, but we'll wait to see what happens here with Amazon as it's dancing around some of these levels as well. So far, so good here on our current positions. Oh, yeah. Do we have Man, Sharif, you forgot SoFi.
I put it on the top. We'll bring it up.
Yeah, we'll bring SoFi up, but SoFi is another name here. Kind of barcoding right now, but this has been a crazy day, including this short all the way. Look at that tick that we actually have down here at 35. Unbelievable. Now SoFi trying to go the other way as well. So it burned me, man. It's the red stock of the day for me, but we'll see if we can't make a little bit of money back as SoFi trying to dance a little bit here. So let's go back to the desk with the big guy, Sharif.
Another Nvidia upgrade. This time it's Daiwa Capital Markets liking Nvidia to the tune of $475. That's up from a price target of $408. Essentially what they're saying is we have a higher level of confidence that Nvidia's commanding position for AI and generative AI will be difficult to replicate near term by competitors such as AMD, Intel, and others. The price action really reflecting that positive sentiment. We started off the day at around 410. High a day, guys, 425.50.
Who were the 5 greatest analysts of all time?
Yep.
Daiwa, and Daiwa.
And then Dylon as well.
Because they spit hot fire.
They're spitting hot fire at Nvidia.
Well, Nvidia is actually pulling back off the top, oddly enough. So the timing of that was probably terrible because just as we were about to talk about how strong Nvidia has been all day, it rejects 425 for the second time. I really only messed around with the 420 level with any success. Longs off 420 early, got you to 422. Then I managed to make a mess of the 422 long, as you can see there. Lots of clumped in and outs and giving up on the trade when it then ran another $3. So I'm not happy with it. Then I missed this. I was away from my desk. I have an excuse for that one. I wasn't actually at my desk when that happened. But
Boo, Neil.
Bounce off 420. You know what? Sometimes, and I know we have had issues with that one stop order, but you can just have a stop set at like 419.50 and have a bid at 420 and trust the system to work. You get back to your seat, and then you're laughing and in the money. But 425 is a double top. It wicked it early, got to 425.50, and now it's just holding underneath like a champion. I guess we've got some overhead resistance. This is part of why the market's not really continuing, is big, strong names. I mean, Apple's right back underneath 193, as a matter of fact. So they just can't seem to push through. And then the names that are lagging, like Google's literally breaking down right now.
I'm wondering if
not
we are breaking
not to change
down, man.
subjects, but I got wicked out of a Google short. This is still a weak stock. See, like this is why we're not going up. You have the strong names don't want to continue through, and the weak names like an Alphabet here. This is breaking down. I want to short the pop into VWAP on Alphabet. This is so weak, quite frankly, but it is what it is.
You want to short pops and Alpha? An Alphabet.
No, Alphabet, not.
I thought you said
not Nvidia.
I thought you meant Apple for some reason. I don't know why I was thinking about that. I was looking at Apple as well. I'm thinking that was the name you were talking about. Okay, who? All right, I'm still long Apple. All right, let's go over. So we'll talk about semis here, not the trucks, but the chips. This is the banger for me today. We made a lot of money on this one. This is a good trade. We actually had a lot of shares down there, just playing off the bottom. We found this level there at 112.50. We bought it, just playing off basically down here 112.25, something like that into the pre-market levels. That was huge. Then we just started shorting and made more money back, and then just recently just shorted and got out right there. Not made more money back, made different money to the short side. I think we're probably net red on the like that one we got out of. I don't know. We're probably okay. I'm not going to go back and analyze the trades right now, but that was good. But look at it, still continuing to go to the upside. So the only thing that was wrong was getting out of this long. Forget about all these shorts in here. We could have still been long and still had no reason really to get out of this trade. But again, when you're trading it pretty early, you don't really know the direction. So we'll take a lot of shares and get them out here for like 50 cents, 75 cents, and then still hold and get about $1.50 on that one to the top. That's that. But the trade that I really like today, I'm up. So I'm up a lot more on AMD than I am on Micron, but I really like what we did on Micron here today. We just did it again. This is actually not really a stop out. We took some out when it broke above VWAP. It's because we had another order waiting at 80, so that's what we have right now. We're actually short now at 75, so we get out on that first 70 break, ran it into 75. Stupid to get out, really. Just wasn't sure how far I wanted to go. Now the move's down, but we started shorting Micron through 64. Look at this, down 1.2% into such an up day, into an up AMD, into an up Nvidia. We always say this all the time. It's trade the weak names. trade the strong names, look for relative strength and relative weakness. So what I mean by that is just against the market. The NASDAQ up 1.6. This is down 1.28. So for me, these purples are shorts, and they'll continue to be that way, which is why I feel a little silly about doing that on AMD by actually trying to go short. We just talked about buying some Amazon right now, so this is now 10 cents in the money, going back up to the upside. Do I have any outs? Yes, I do. Let's see if we can get out something here at 18. There it is. So it's small amounts of money, but there it goes, back up to the upside, just buying off that 130. Let's see if it can be all a dream and get that back up to the upside, as guess what? That's going upside, and this is why we trade Micron, because that, my friends, and Sharif is the biggest friend around here because that's his line, always trade what you know. And there goes Micron downside, there goes Amazon upside. So a tale of two names there, but trade relative strength versus weakness. Tip number one, Sharif.
14%, Sean, to the high side. XBEV having a monster day on the back of the news that they're going to release their new G6 SUV slated to take on Tesla's very popular Model Y. Market very happy. Like I said, 14% to the high side today, gapping up overnight as well on the Hang Seng and continuing that momentum on North American markets today. A bit of a top though here, $13.50 seems to be the high side. Here's a look at it from the outside, and here's a quick look on the inside, kind of minimalistic, similar to the Tesla. We won't probably get much of these, if any, in North America, guys. Also, want to bring your attention to VBIV. Neil asking me what is going on with this one. This one finding a lot of momentum at around that 130, announcing a $25 million contract that they've secured here, up 45%.
So the market cap, this market cap would have been earlier on the stock, probably this morning. The market cap on VBIV is 23.4 million. Sorry, I was just going to talk about XPeng. 23.4 million. A couple levels to watch. I want to say 330 is what I wrote down there, and about 380 to $4. So $3/4, $4, two levels to watch to the upside. It is relatively cheap for locate, so I would say everyone and their mother can get into position on that. If you've been waiting around for XPeng to break the high, you've been just watching paint dry. Like there's a size on the offer. It's been here forever, this entire time. And if you've seen this, like how many times is it going to test 13.5 without breaking? I've been wanting it to break because it's up 14%. I kind of want to go long. But the short has basically given you over and over 10 to 15 cent scalp trade if you're willing to risk 2 or 3 cents. But I like that break. It's a strong stock. We'll watch it this afternoon, see what happens with it. That VBIV that we just mentioned, already starting to pull back. I was kind of thinking you short a break. You short it if it tries to make a run past 3 into that 330 level, and then look for a curl. But it's just stair-stepping to the upside. Very low float as well on that one. Float is 8 million shares on VBIV. It's almost done that on the day already.
So you guys said that XPeng was like significantly cheaper. Mashworth just said, but it's 98,000. Like honestly, I'm not.
It's 20% cheaper.
20? Psst, that's not enough, man. It's like imagine you buy an Apple phone and you buy like a copy iPhone. Like to me, it's just that's another. And you made up a good point there. I feel like that's just a Chinese copy. I don't know if I would pay that much, but like Sharif said, it doesn't matter. I don't think that's going to be a big deal in North America. But hey, trade the stock. The stock is going absolutely nuts, and maybe you make more money than you could buy the real, the Tesla, to the upside there. And then I think Lucid right there, Mashworth, you brought that up. That's really super expensive as well, Lucid.
Oh,
but,
that's super rare.
you know what we'll have to do? I'm gonna actually look for like there has to be this out there like a spreadsheet or something of all the cars' prices. I'd be interested in that. I want to talk more educated about it when we're doing that.
The interesting thing was when it comes to margins, though, the only company that is within even any kind of sniffing distance for margins with Tesla is Li Auto. Like Li Auto's margins were pretty much, dead on with Tesla's. Everyone else is just so far behind, or just flat out losing money, which is most of them actually.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why Tesla's like the only one with those margins. And I mean, people are like, oh my God, Tesla's margins got squozed a little bit. But better to squeeze a 28% margin down to 25 than squeeze a -3 to a -8.
Everybody but Tesla, I think Lucid, not Lucid, sorry, Tesla, Li Auto, and NIO. I think NIO makes money.
Money now?
I think they make money per vehicle. I'm pretty sure everybody else is losing money without when you actually make any kind of real accounting.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So just on the downside here, we just did cover Micron went to 34. Like, I mean, come on. Well, if we could take 40 or 50 cents, we know this is going into a long weekend. And I mean, honestly, it's pretty thin out here right now. So, you know, like slim pickings on some of these trades. So we'll take advantage of that. And then also, man, we'll also ring the register a little bit and hit sirens up, because this is where we just bought. Like, no matter, you might be like, oh, wow, that's only like 20 cents there, right? But the thing is, look at this move. Like, we've taken it back up to the upside, man. We're scalpers here, and this is what we're doing, just in on this, out. So, like, you know, it's just dripping in. We went and got some booze there for tonight, so we'll pay for this wine. SoFi trying to go to the downside, Amazon, Apple, Micron. We'll look to get in some more trades, but let's go talk to Sharif about, wow, CCL. What a great trade that was today.
All right, guys, the rundown brought to you by Trade Ideas, real-time scanning and alerting used on our desk and by many of our traders every day. See what's happening and moving in the moment with Trade Ideas. Check out the link in the description for 20% off. Shout out to the folks there at Trade Ideas. All right, guys, Carnival Corp, yet again, another day higher, 9% to the good, 9.25% to the good. An upgrade today courtesy of Jeffrey, saying increased occupancy levels, average ticket prices, decreased fuel prices, along with increased fuel efficiency will help move margins. It's a mouthful, but essentially it's a margins play. The analysts like it. The stock market rewarding it. Any play left on CCL for the afternoon?
It's not at 19 yet, so I suppose, like, if you think just from an even dollar perspective, just because it was a 17 close and it's been every single dollar has been pretty interesting there. You have room to 19. Will you break 19 on a Friday on a long weekend? So maybe not. I don't know how you get into a long up here. You basically, like, the way I would want a long in something like this is, instead of breaking out the high, like, maybe you just get it at like 65 if it does any kind of a small dip to the downside, and then all I have to do is hold on to 60. Then you're long into the high, scalps them out, and then it breaks. Otherwise, you run the risk of it just doing nothing, and then you're sitting in it, waiting for it to break out. You're not having an opportunity, if you're low on the top, to do any scalping. If it doesn't break, you're just sitting in the trade. So either you're dipping into 18.6, looking for that long, or you can sit this one out. One other name, we never talk about this one, but it does bear at least watching. At least, I know it's a more expensive stock at times. Not necessarily as strong as RCL, but maybe with some good opportunities. I'd like to say it's got some good opportunities as well. There you go. This one is setting up for like a 105 even break after a nice little bounce off 100, breakout from there, tried to retest, bounce off 101, and now it's kind of looking for its own breakout in sympathy. Like CCL's kind of gone, man. RCL next week could be taking you through a 105 break and playing some catch up on its own. It just is only up 2% when CCL seems to want 10% every single day. Maybe this one can give you a chance next week.
Yeah, like, oh man, we only had 3 names written on our sticky note here today. So if we can come to my screen, we'll show it off here, Fabian, just real quick. So there it is right now. Today we had Apple, CCL, and Tesla. We just talked about the same thing. Not quite sure about the price levels because it was already off to the upside today. 17 would be amazing. That's not coming in anytime soon, but CCL, great trade. And this is what I talk about, right? Put the names on the board that you know are going to be active. You might not be able to get into them. Like Apple 190, we paid up for that. And I do want to explain to Ronan, he's like, how the hell did I get that price on Apple? We'll explain to you that in a minute. You can see Apple down there, 190, 140, right off the open. But I did want to do something here. I just saw Day Trade the World tweeted something out here, and it was right this. It was this tweet right here by Day Trade the World with some little funny thing. Is that Will Smith? Who is that there? Yeah, so, your life got turned upside down. Oh, he's doing
the Fresh
Prince. Okay. I just didn't want Jimmy Fallon to get slapped there or anything. If your trading had its own theme song, what would best capture its essence and why? So for me, I put on here, mine was pretty simple. I mean, I feel like the more that I'm on the show, and I want you guys here, I'm going to put this in the chat. You guys can go, and Bears vs. Bulls can probably get it as well. Maybe Bears vs. Bulls, you respond to it as well. I want to see what other people think. Our chat is so creative. I just said Heartless. I really like the song by Kanye West. I actually tagged him, and then I realized that his count has been, like, look at this, This account has
yeah,
been
it's been
suspended,
suspended, yeah.
so I didn't even.
Everyone else is back except for him.
Oh man, so I didn't realize that. But what I said here, if you just come over to my screen, and like I said, I don't know enough about this as much as you guys do, but I said you need to be emotionless in trading, which is kind of funny because you guys know that I wear my emotions on my sleeve, but trying to change that up. And I know I have tons of emotion, but let's be real. Trading requires risk management and patience. And sometimes you need to be heartless. So I just feel like, don't ever be heartless in your life, but in trading, it's like why I'm short Micron right now, long Amazon. Like it's read the tape, read what's in front of you, and try to take emotions out. I know that's super difficult to do that, especially when there's real money on the line. But that's one thing, and Pratt asked me this the other day as well, and I think I responded to another tweet about this, is what's one thing you could change if you could go back to the beginning of your trading career? And my thing was to put on a little bit more risk. Like when you see good opportunities, you need just to get in there and trust the study that you've done and trust sort of, what you're seeing rather than, oh my God, I'm using my emotions. Like I don't want to put this much risk into it because I'm afraid to lose. Things like that. And that's fine, but that's why I feel like for me, that was heartless, but I still feel you need to have a big heart. But by the way, there's another one right there. I don't want to put you on the spot. Amazon, we just took it out right there for 23 cents actually. You have a song? It's tough to think about it. Like I'm sure there's much better ones.
Like,
I know, there's so many songs out there.
The problem is, like, I can think of, like, a million ones that immediately come to mind, but, like...
I don't know.
There's a Tribe Called Quest song called Electric Relaxation. And if you've ever heard it, to me, that's the vibe I always get. Because, like, it's like a really jazzy sort of tune, right? Where you got to be, like, chill, mellow. Yes. Because I 100% resonate with the more serious to trade, the more mellow you need to be, the more focused you want to get in that trade. Like the more serious it gets, like the more you're kind of in that moment, and don't be too hyper because you don't want to make a mistake in those moments. But there's something you said. If there's one thing you could change, because this is a spot on. The biggest trading opportunity that I ever missed was the reason for the biggest FOMO loss I ever had the second time I saw that same setup. So when I saw what was, I think, one of the biggest opportunities I ever saw, I was unwilling to take a trade early and then didn't get it all together. And then after I saw what it was worth, it would have been the biggest trade I had ever done or I'd ever seen on the trading floor, and I didn't have it.
Here we go.
And so the next time I saw an opportunity that was essentially the same but like a B+, I went all in out of FOMO of missing this other trade and took the biggest loss I ever had. So it actually hurts you both ways when you don't take an A+ setup, because when you have that FOMO going, you then make other mistakes.
Right.
Right? So you want to beat FOMO, then make sure you get your A+ setup, because if you do, you're not going to be pissed off that you didn't take the B or whatever. You're not going to force the other trades when you get the good ones. So that actually happened to me this morning. You would have seen it live when I missed BXRX. I got a little peeved at myself because I sat there. We can get the rundown off. I sat there looking for, I've been waiting for one of these runners to be a $1 halt trade. It actually halted at 101, literally the perfect entry in my mind. And then when it opened up, it held the halt price. It gave you like an 05 into a 125. That's a great R&R. It's easy to have shares on this one. I didn't have it. Missed the trade, was peeved off of myself, and then tried going long, breaking the top twice. Yeah. Right, and then take hits on that stock. So that's kind of what I'm getting at here. Actually, it's not like this wasn't my worst hit of the day because I was shorting coin a bunch. So that actually ends up being worse. But that's kind of what I'm getting at. You don't want to miss out on those opportunities. And Prad should have paid for these locates in XPeng. Whatever reason, it just doesn't want to break. So the game is to short 49s and then just cover into 13.35. That's been where it's getting to. Get some out in front of 40 because that's halfway, but it's just giving you this trade over and over again. At some point, you can want a stock to break out of a big level all you want, but if the market does literally nothing for the rest of the day, then why wouldn't 49 short in front of 50 be any good? You're risking 2 cents if you stink, and you might be able to lose 1 cent on this, quite frankly, because if I see the level go, I can just punch out manually. You don't have to wait for it to start to fill. I might pay for some more locates, because if this keeps on happening, we'll rinse and repeat. But if it gets too late in the day, I think you got to give it up.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I just want to say, guys, go on Twitter and respond. I'll like it and comment if you have a Twitter account, because here's a great one. Shout out to Aaron here. Never going to give you up. That's a good one. Like, we talk about being a little more disciplined. You just said, like, calm down in your trades. Never going to give your trade up. I think that's great. And that's one thing that I have to learn, making the calls and not getting up. And then I do like this one, eye of the tiger.
I like that. I like that one.
That's a good one, right? Be focused. Have that eye of the tiger at all times. I think, look at this out, by the way, on Amazon, man. 30s, a bunch out at, we only have 25% left. And then we just got a 35, which is our target right there. You want to talk about one-to-one? We talked about getting long down here at 7s and 8s. Where do you think our out was? You know, so taking 30 cents, we'll take the 3-to-1 on that one. But anyways, I just want to talk about that. There are a couple good ones there. I'll go and like those if you guys post them up on that one. SoFi's still trying to go down. Oh yeah, and as the market goes up, I was like, oh my God, I better get out of more Micron.
Is it though? No, it's not.
What? Yeah, the market just broke the highs, man. Oh no, it just broke the afternoon. I keep like look at this range, man. We are here from 15,360 to 15,340.
It's ridiculous.
That's like in an hour and a half, the market is just like, yo, pass the cervezas, por favor.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, cuatro cerveza, por favor. Yeah, so it's like, whatever, man. We're just going to stone cold chill and just wait. So that's fine, man. We'll take that money out when it goes upside. And then we also will take that money out when Micron spits hot fire as well, like our boy Dylon. Okay, so SoFi, honestly, I only have 20% left of this trade. Maybe if we just break this 200, we got to get something out. So it's right there right now. Let's get something out if it takes out this 50. Well, let's take out another 10% if it takes out 54, okay? So we'll put that in there. Do I have a stop order on SoFi? No, I don't. So watch this. Here it is right here. This is what I'm going to do. It's funny because, you know, I'm supposed to have lunch with somebody next week that wants to tell me about something I'm doing incorrectly on the show. And I bet you this is what it is. Watch my stop. 8 spot 5-5, right? So I'm just like... There's tin hats around here and stuff like that that says, you know, don't show your stop because it's going to get run. People, if someone's going to bring up SoFi right now to 855 right now because I have shares and they want to get me out, so be it, man. I mean, that's fantastic. But like, I'm just using the same levels as I think a lot of people are using. So like when I get run out of this trade, a lot of it is because it's a key level. And I mean, I've already said here, I'm not the smartest knife in a drawer. Is that even right?
It's the sharpest knife.
See? So the sharpest knife in the drawer. So
Something's
and I just proved it right there. So that's the point. It's like, just stay disciplined, manage risk, and stick with us because now you're rocking with the best of us. So
there's something happening to Schwab. U.S. regulator weighs limiting big banks borrowing from the FHLBS. So that's what's happening to Schwab right now.
What the hell does that even mean?
I just read the headline. So
big banks?
Yeah, U.S. regulator weighs limiting big banks borrowing from the
read that too.
FHLBS, and so this is what's happening over in Schwab.
Where's Sharif at?
This is tanking now, down $1 here. So if you're wondering what is going on in a few of the banking, and Schwab was on one, so it's only down 1.5% despite that because Schwab was breaking higher. It was actually pretty strong for majority of the day after an initial dip. Is there any kind of falling knife levels not till 55? So if you were looking for a rubber band trade, I don't think you got it till it gets to 95 at all. So that looks pretty interesting. That said, if you're not short early, that's the algos, that's who gets that short. You got to wait maybe for a consolidation or something. See if there's a continuation of the downside. But that's what's happening in the banks. I didn't really see. Schwab was the one that really caught the attention there. I mean, JPM is doing absolutely fine. It's still above that 145. So looks like it's relatively contained. I see Palantir breaking 1550.
Probably. I mean, look at this market, man. Another 1.6%.
The market is just chilling at the top. Chilling. Stone cold chilling. That's why
Amazon pulled back. What was that?
No, I mean, I went to stupid XPeng. That's fine. XPeng at 1350 if it doesn't break, it'll be fine. But that was instead of shorting the pop into VWAP on Alphabet, which still to me is weak. But it's like a 30-cent range here. I just smelled mac and cheese. It's a 30-cent range here in Alphabet here underneath VWAP. That's scalpable. But if it gets under 120, not entirely sure why my 120 line is at 119.95, but I mean that to be at 120. Yeah, if it gets up to VWAP here, I think you're shorting into VWAP. It's been lower highs the whole way through the entire day. Failed a break of yesterday's top. If you're looking for something, I know it's up 1%, but if you're looking for weakness, the market's up 1.7. I should be in this one already. The next pop close to VWAP, I'm taking this short.
I got to give a big shout out to Daniel Merkin here of Trade Ideas. This is the Trade Ideas CEO. He liked my Heartless by Kanye West. So thank you so much, Daniel Merkin. If you are watching the show, you know, we've got you, Trade Ideas. We got you. Right now, I believe we are the #1 affiliate now for Trade Ideas worldwide. So we'll say awesome for that. Thank you so much. Neil's saying easily on that. I like that right now. So thank you for supporting that. And we like the platform, man. I mean, you know, nothing about it. I like this relative volume scanner. I mean, it just gives you the hot takes. I mean, this is a scanner you can find anywhere. It's just so easy. You can relate it with any of your charts and all that kind of stuff. Some of the impact windows that we have. So I really like that. And a big shout out to Michael Noss as well. You guys can find Michael Noss on Twitter, on Instagram, and everywhere, I think. Especially if you're on the East Coast, go visit Michael Noss. No, don't do that without his permission, of course. There it is. So Micron dripping again. Let's just do this, man. I mean, we want to have something left for the party, right? So let's make sure that we'll get some more out at 35 if we're able to do that, and then we'll hold something for much lower on Micron and see if it just wants to get back down to 63 minute. Join the dollar club already. Let's see if it can get back down into that level. But there it is. We just put a 35 and missed it there as well. But let's look for some more trades, right? Thank you, Michael S. Scores there. Sean is a trip. I like that one. Hopefully it's a trip down some excitable lanes, not memory lane, but somewhere, because you know you gotta have fun in life, and that's definitely what we're doing here every day. And if you haven't realized that, please continue to come back. And there you go. Hit that button as I point to it again and again. And maybe one more time? Yeah, there it is. Okay. So do that. Hit the like and the subscribe. We're back every single day. We're even back on Canadian holidays.
Yes, Monday is we're observing Canada Day. Canada Day is tomorrow, but we're observing it on Monday. So we'll be coming into work. I'll be laughing because there'll be nobody on the road. So I will absolutely 100% not open it up on the 401. And then the Gardner on the way here. I will not do that, but there'll be nobody. I love driving in on a holiday.
Today I was like 22 minutes today. I feel like
gold.
Everyone's got the long weekend here in Toronto, obviously, and probably all throughout Canada and in the U.S. as well, as the market is still in a 20 handle range over the last 2.5 hours. But what was your butt? Now I can't remember what mine was.
Well, my butt was there's some small caps running. I'll get to VBIV, that's what it is. Gosh darn it. But, yeah, should have been taking this trade from the very beginning. At the moment when Prad said you should short 1350, like how many times has it given you this trade? If you were willing to pay 1/8 of 1 cent at Day Trade the World, which is I know it's an incredibly expensive fee for locates, but if you're willing to pay that, it's been giving you 49.50 short down into 13.35.40 every single time. Like one, there's another time. You could probably go a third, and now the fourth time it's worked at least to the 40 level, if not further. I'm still holding half of it for a bigger move, and I'll hold on to a piece for the dream down at 13 or 13.20 at VWAP. Like, why not? The market's going sideways, so what else are you going to do? You can hope Apple actually moonshots it. Oh, that dipped. It didn't. Oh, wait, Apple did not dip down into the 70s. It got right into 192.80. It looks like, and then right back above 193. My longs were from before we came back on. At 1 o'clock, I added to this, and quite frankly, wish we'd got that last little dip. But that's even like 30 cents on Apple. Even if you got that last little bounce, that's 30 cents on a $190 stock. Xpeng's giving you 10 to 15 on a $13 stock if you're willing to pay for the locates, Brad. What else is Tesla? You and Tesla?
We were willing to pay for the locates for Pratt.
No, I had it. He asked how much it cost.
I said we'll pay for it.
I literally pulled it up and I had it ready to go. I was like, I had Prad's account.
Yep.
And I was gonna hit accept, and it was like it's 0.12 cents per share. 0.12 cents, basically free.
He ruined himself there.
That's weird. The Arun one's different. Like he wouldn't pay for anything short ever, he's a futures trader.
Which is weird, yeah.
It's a weird one because to me, if a stock is presenting you with an opportunity and the risk reward is there, like why wouldn't you want to take it?
The only thing I said, and you already nailed on the head there. When I'm not throwing shade at Arun, he's a futures guy, and that's all that matters there. If you're not in your realm kind of thing.
Brad literally loves mean reversion. His favorite trade is mean reversion, and you had a stock which is up 14% at a major resistance level and giving you a 2-cent risk short trade off the high. That's his
Why
bread and butter.
Micron keep on dipping? What's up, Mo Genius?
Mo
Money, Mo problems. That's for damn sure. But which is why I don't have any money. Then I don't have any problems, right? On that one. Okay. Why is Micron weak? Well, I mean, look, they just reported yesterday, and everyone thought. I mean, I could just review. Oh, that's not the right one. I don't know where it is. But I could just review the sticky note. Here it is, right here. Micron. I had yesterday 70-50 long. We didn't take it, so that's fine. We didn't actually take any trades on Micron yesterday. It just never came through. But I thought that we were going. Come over to my. Yeah, thank you, Fabian. Good call on that one. I thought that we were going to go long here yesterday. But that's in the pre-market. So once the market opened up, we never got above here. So we never got punched long. But we were going to go long if it broke above 70, which is right here. That didn't happen. And then all of a sudden the market opened up and flushed to the downside. So Micron, again, remember, it's DRAM. It's not like the chips, not the GPUs that Nvidia and AMD are pumping, and Intel has the foundries. So every one of these stories, Taiwan Semi, SMCI, they all have different stories to tell. Marvell has a different story to tell. They're all little different. So we just noticed yesterday, and we talked about this in the pre-market, which is why you have to join us. Whoever, hey, what's up, AV? Didn't I duel you and beat you? Maybe I'll do that again in the Streamlabs there. But we just noticed it was weak yesterday. So there's the big move down. Here's the retracement to 65. Obviously, Neil and I would love a 65 short. You can't always get what you want. That's another good song there. We could have put that one up.
That's a great one for trading.
That would have been a good one for
That's
trading,
a great
actually.
One
I'm going to have to check that Twitter and see if anybody put that. I might put that myself. But right there, you can't always get what you want. And that was 65. So what we had to play was 64. So here's 64 right there, came in. So we just shorted that right off the open. And not off the open, but when that first happened in the afternoon, in the morning show, then it just made that move down, entered the dollar club. Then it came right back to VWAP and we re-shorted it. So that's the story of Micron. Why is it weak? I mean, look, I'm not here to predict where it's going to go. It's weak because they didn't like that report. I thought it was okay. Didn't talk too much about future bookings or anything like that. It didn't look great on that side of things. Plus, we have the China bans. So we're going to have to wait to see how that all plays out. But for me, I like Micron, but it's just downside. So I almost think I could buy some of this name on more weakness in the market, just like we bought some Intel. They're at 27 or 28 bucks just for the bounce back. But I still like Micron. I still think DRAM is necessary for this, but I'm not that computer geek. So you have to talk to people that are a little more educated about what DRAM's place is in this AI community. But speak of the devil, what's up, Sharif?
Respect to oil. Oil decidedly higher on the day. WTI up 1 1/3. But here's the little tidbit. The Energy Department said in an email Friday that the Biden administration intends to issue a solicitation next week to repurchase oil for the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. We've known that this one has been getting bought up $60, $67 every time. And yeah, so more buying coming in next week, guys.
Good look there, Sharif. Oh, I do have one position I haven't mentioned.
I need to go get
Well,
coffee.
okay, well, I haven't talked about Ride, but I shorted that literally at the open, and I've just been sitting in it, waiting for it to break $2. But Lucid here is trying to bounce again off 7. I had the break at 7 even. It looked like it was going to go, and then it stopped me out underneath 95. Did not catch the bottom, but once it started establishing that 7, I kind of bought into it at VWAP. I got a little early in front, but then waited for it to make the wick bottom, then got in there. It has not broken 715. If it shows me some strength, this is so slow, really. So getting in, just kind of sitting on the bid here. I don't know if I want to do that just yet. I'd rather it test belief, maybe get some people out under VWAP and then give a reason for it to go back up. But I like this long. I'm still holding a piece of it. As a matter of fact, I'm still in a third of the position anyway, so I don't really have to buy. I just want this to go. Looks like if the market takes up the high, it could be okay. Apple still looking pretty solid. I really should have bought the dip at 1980. If it doesn't break 192.80, I mean. But if it doesn't break 93, maybe that's a good base of operations. It's just so slowly gliding sideways. This market does not seem to want to take out the top. Schwab, by the way. So much for It looked like it was catching a bid. Now it seems to be rolling over again. So if this heads back down into the bottom, it was 55 when I zoomed out. That seemed like a buyable level for Schwab here. So just watch out for that one. There was that sort of flash to the downside on news, and I think it could be in a little bit of trouble if it breaks that 55, down 1%. As I said, JPM looked like it was doing just fine. VBIV is getting really close to the first resistance on the daily. And now try to remember, like, this is one of those like split stocks, so that's first resistance, and this is like for a lot of the times the names that have been running post split when they squeeze, they go ham and make no sense. Usually when they break out the split high and the reverse split high, I should say. That won't be till it gets close to $5. I'm not sure that's going to be in there for today, but this 330 level, that would be the first place to look for a failure. Probably a little bit better up at $3.75 and $4. I don't want to chase this one. And again, our locates were super cheap on this.
Right.
We've been getting great
Why am I not
prices on
reloaded
locates,
down
which
here?
sometimes I feel like that's almost a trap
shit.
when it's really cheap to short some of these names.
All right, just waiting out here. It looks like Amazon. I'm going to give this a little bit. I'm just going to give it a couple more cents down here. 129.80 something. We're going to get out if it breaks it. Amazon just dumped down. We just got long at O's. That's why I was like, or no, not even O's, 97s. I didn't even have a. Wait a minute, what price did I just get there? I thought I had it. No, see, I had an O's bid, but then I didn't have it, so I canceled it and put it back. And by the time I put it back, I just got 98s there. So we'll wait on Amazon. It should be an O's fill. We talked about that. I'm fine with making this fill. It's just for right now. And again, shout out to my friend Phil. This is making a move down right now pretty aggressively. So let's wait to see a nice little snap down there. It's also a snap down in the market, which is fine by me because
AMD's rolling over.
Micron's rolling over as well, so that's all good. But you know where we have this out, it's marked. We're getting ready for that. So let's wait to see what happens here. But for right now, it is a downside move in the market, and we are getting filled here on Amazon. I don't mind Apple here right now, but the problem is we are starting to break down a little bit, and I'm just thinking about a 193 out. We're right here right now. Obviously, we're bouncing around a little bit, so let's just give it a little bit more room to the downside, like maybe like a 192.90. We can even give it here to 85. Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys asked, how the heck did I get this price? Well, that's a good question. It's right here. So just off the open, it went up and down there. You see how it was kind of like just back and forth in the first couple minutes? Normally I get burned by buying here and selling there. But instead, this time we sort of tried to buy the bottoms, and that worked out. And we never got stopped out, right? Our stop out would have been 191 break. We talked about that. Then possibly getting longer at 190 if it does break down. That never happened. So what turned out to be like about 30 cents worth of risk is now $1.70 in the money. So that's about a 5-to-1, which is pretty good. That's not how I base it. It doesn't matter. Like, we got some out right there at 192 for like, that's not even that great of an out. That's like 50 cents. And then that's $1 right there. And then we're just holding our last quarter to see where we go. But it wasn't a huge position, which is why I'm not out more of it than maybe we should be then right now, right? So that's the problem. You know, if I had more shares, I'd just be layering them out. I'm just trying to wait to see what happens at the top. So I feel like right now the market, like I said, has just kind of been barcoding. We did get a good dip down by there in Amazon. If we could take again another 10 cents on this, we'll do that. And here it comes up right now. Well, actually, 10 cents is right here right now. So there we go. We got a bunch of, you see all those fills right here? There's a bunch of midpoint fills. I can't help. There we go. We just got a 10 as well. So let's spin it. There's another winning trade for all y'all, brought to you by yours truly right there. We waited for Amazon to drop down. There it is, another one coming through by Amazon. But hey, it's just a slow market, man. I mean, Neil and I are going to do our best to try to find some opportunities. Wouldn't be surprised if Amazon just kept on going down there. You know, some of it is lucky. The market holds. There was really not too many key levels there other than the 130 flat. You know, so kind of lucky a bit, but also you kind of got to be there to be lucky, right? So
yeah, throw your bids out, right?
Yeah. So we got it, and that's that. And I actually didn't even have a bid. Actually, I just noticed Amazon coming down, and I thought I had a bid there, and so I just got 2 cents better because of bank error in my favor. So
I had a passive bid on the XPeng here at the recent low. This is ridiculous. It's actually, if you look at this bottom, it's 1336 that it keeps going to. Like, I was sitting at 1336 on the bid for about 20, 30 minutes here. It got down there, did not fill the bid, and it's already coming back in. But I'm still layered. If it breaks that 35, I think you could have a bigger move to the downside. I took the first swing at VBIV. Notice how I'm saying that a little bit slower so I don't mess it up. So it looked like it was curling. Remember, it said 330. It looked like it was curling there. I got short right at 23.24. It broke out the high, so in, out. That's the first level I like. 370 to 380 was the next on the daily that we were kind of showing you. That's up here, maybe even into $4. So took the first shot. I wanted to go a little higher before I take another one, unless it reclaims the same levels before. Where are you, Alphabet? There you are. It's starting to get to the upside in front of VWAP here. I do like it at 120.50-ish, but if we start rolling over at this lower high, which would be right here, I probably just get some right at 35, like 120.35 that is. So let's see if we can't get some of that. I'm not really leaning into reloading on Lucid here. I'm not that encouraged by it at this particular moment. The volume's so low, I'd rather see it bounce first and then join longs. From here, the risk to reward seems to favor a pullback in the market going into a long weekend. So I'll go with that until we start breaking things out.
Yeah, man, when market gets slow, when market gives you lemons, make lemonade.
I thought you would sing it.
Is there a song for that one?
Lemonade.
Oh, lemonade.
That
oh, the
cool, refreshing
drink, yeah. Yeah, about that, man. This is what it is right here. Good trading to the upside on Amazon. Like, we just took 25 cents right there. So that's good, man. We're starting to get back here alive a little bit in the market. It just made that nice move up. So, you know, that's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to make those trades. And then there's Micron as well. Look at that, boom. We only have now 10% left of Micron. We did have 20%. There's an out right there. Let's see if it wants to continue to go to the downside. So just like we are, I was going to go get a coffee actually right now. Just because we are down. Oh, and thanks to Sharif. I had your protein bar there. That was really good. Are you still with maple syrup there, or is it agave? Less honey. Okay. Still good. They all taste the same to me. I don't know. What do you think? I didn't like the one when I was on his midday, and he knows what I'm talking about, when it got crumbly there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a different protein or whatever that was, but those are good, man. Those little protein bars.
I love those. My wife used to make these bites when she was running her running triathlons.
Well, you need to have, because those are the healthy snacks.
Oh my goodness! So you flat out just need energy. And she'd make ones that are not as high protein because you just straight up just need the energy, like multiple times through her races. And I would steal some when she would freeze them.
What was her thing for energy? Was it agave? What was she using? Sugars?
Oh no, maple syrup. Maple syrup, because we have it unlimited. So, well, it's not unlimited because this was not a good year for it, but we get a lot of maple syrup because my in-laws. They tap a bunch of trees up north. They got some land, and it's a heck of a lot. It's a lot of work, but it's definitely rewarding. That's what we do in Canada. So I did get that Alphabet here in front of this, which is 120.45. It came back down. I actually added to it in the mid-30s. If it gets to the bottom of the range, it's not crazy to say you got to scalp some of this out on the way down, because quite frankly, when you see this and the market doesn't want to move, you need to pay yourself out because it's not doing anything else. So I'm just going to have bids to soak it up. And then if we break down to 120, different story. Because if we break 120, that's the market taking profits and breaking this channel down. I think you want to be putting on separate trades in Power Hour underneath here. I can't look at this. This is, maybe I have a little bit of OCD here, but I need to remove this line and redraw it literally at 120 because it's just bothering me that I couldn't draw the line at the right price. So there you go. That's a little better. That's just me. Like, why was my line at 119.95? Because I'm that lazy? Come on, son.
I got to give a shout out here to Matt and Ness. Katy Perry, Hot and Cold. I think that's a good song right there. I think that describes a lot of trading for a lot of people. So, I mean, whether or not it's a good song or not, I don't know. But I do know that song. My kids love Katy Perry. Well,
what is your outlook on Rivian? I am burned.
Oh, right.
Right
Sheesh
now.
Patel, right? Yes.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Chief? Yeah, Chiefs.
What's our outlook on Rivian? I mean, what do we want to talk about?
Outlook sounds a little more like a long-term
The outlook
perspective.
is positive. No.
The daily chart looks gorgeous on it. I mean...
All right, go over to Neil now.
Yeah, like are you talking? You in a day trade? Like, what are we talking about? Like, what? Like, technically today or technically on the daily? Because, like, does this not look like a breakout on the higher time frame? So it's just getting through this 16 resistance. I mean, it closed yesterday at 16. We opened above. We're continuing to go. We're at close enough to the high of the day. Like, this is breaking out, and everything about that breakout looks good. Now, I had early longs that were good and then reloads that were not, and then I moved over to Lucid, which is okay, but not really doing that much, to be honest with you. So yeah, there's nothing really that bad about it. It's still kind of in an upward trend, even on the day. If it can hold on to this dip, I mean, maybe like 1640 holds on a dip, even the day trend looks pretty solid. Wow, I mean, I can't really say anything negative about the chart from any perspective. It might have made a top because it's a long weekend and there's some profit taking, but how long you've been waiting for this to break this level? Like, it was this at 16, and then there was XPeng was the other one that we were looking at for a while, and that just gapped through this flat top. Like, that's what you're looking for to start a bit of a bull run on a stock, is for breakouts of levels like that. Now, that's just technically speaking. I'm not, when it comes to the EV names, you're probably not going to hear me talk terribly positively about anybody except for, with certainty, it's got to be Tesla. But somebody else is going to win, and there's a pretty decent bankroll for Rivian. I'll give them that much. Like they've got better cash to be able to burn longer than some of the other competitors. So that's about the only analysis I can give for it long term. I don't really know anything about the vehicles. Quite frankly, you got to get Randy on here to talk about those types of specifics. I'm not a huge car guy. Well, yeah, call
Bogdanov.
He does a great job from the grave there.
Alphabet. Get Randy on the phone.
Alphabet's starting to work into the downside, so we'll rinse and repeat if we get this one. But you can see the channel that it's been in, essentially like this 30 to 40 cent channel. So you try to take what you can and hold some. If it continues to break down, we might. As I said, I'm not reloading Lucid here, but it is at VWAP. I'm long at 99. That's because I got this fill. Otherwise, I'd be only long at 02s. So I'm going to give it to like 95 here. And if it can hold on to that, we'll just stick with the trade. Hasn't been a reason to get out. Jai Sond. NNDM is also on such a multi-day breakout. Really, Nano Dimension is breaking out the same way. Okay, we'll have a look. Up 5 today. There's probably a lot of stocks that look like that. I don't know that that's as good of a flat top break. The thing about XPeng and Rivian is you had the same price ceiling for like half a year to a year, right? Like when a level like that breaks, it's like the floodgates opening up. This is more of a normal like trend break, right? So like you basically, like you have a clear trend to the downside, high, lower highs, lower lows, both major moving averages are rejecting. Now you're breaking the 50 and the 200 and you're breaking out from there, but that's not a flat top break. Like it's a big difference to me for a style of trade of 16 going on Rivian. Hey, where's my line? 16 going on a Rivian and then hopefully getting a continuation. Like that's just, okay, break out from here, and if it holds 16 to support, next stop 20 on a swing basis. Anyways, bullish is bullish, but
right.
I find a flat top break is very different from like that type of a trend break, which had more to do with it looks like the major moving averages there.
Okay, I just want to say what I do on trading, I think you can relate to Streamlabs, because look what I just saw here not too long ago. Shout out to Scratch Life. Look at this. Rocket ship wins 2,000 points. Duarte, rocket ship. Yeah, so what did I do? Immediately
bet.
Yeah, I go right over there. My biggest bet ever. Slots 50, man. The trend is your friend.
I actually have a question about this though. What's the pay? Like,
Lost.
What's the payout? Is it just paying one
I have
to one?
no idea what the
Like,
payout
if I
is.
bet 50, how much do I? Bears versus Bulls. Like,
I mean,
what
two
do
in
I
a row.
win?
Yeah, 2 in a row. That's right, Bears versus Bulls. Now Bears versus Bulls is what? Mocking
I just
it?
lost 50.
You just lost 50 points as well?
I haven't won. I probably played this thing. And if you're wondering, you play slots in the chat with your viewpoints here. So if you watch the show, you accumulate points by watching, being a subscriber to be in the chat, and then also being active in the chat gets you more points the more you post and all that kind of good stuff. But Mashworth just won. I mean, come on, man. I'm like 0 for 20 something. It's like
people are hitting. I don't think I think I might have won once.
Seriously?
Maybe once, but I mean, like I said, I have no idea the ratios or anything like that, how that all goes through. But the one thing that I am very, very aware of is how to do some of this sometimes. And there goes Amazon. And, Amazon back up to the... Sure, we can do that in a minute. Amazon going nothing but upside right now, as you can see right there to 130.30. We actually took a piece out when it came back in, breaking through the 15 there. But there it is, another one out for you. I will not hit that, but that is another one right there for Amazon. Good trade there for me. Hopefully it can come back in. And then Micron's still falling down. Micron's actually back near its lows again as that's going. So the two trades that we've given you so far, Micron short, Amazon long, and then holding on to Apple, and then waiting for, I'm bidding 41s on SoFi, so hopefully we'll get that one as well, as we'll be able to take a little bit of money there on SoFi. Oh, we just got filled. Okay, we just got filled on SoFi, so that's a good one there. Hopefully it'll still come back down for us, and we can get even lower on SoFi, as there's the short right there. We lost on SoFi because we traded that halt. Like, we had no idea the news. We just saw the halt there. We knew there was a decision coming from the Supreme, I think it was Supreme Court. I don't know what it was. Not Supreme Court, right? No.
Yeah.
Was it Supreme Court?
Yeah, it was
okay.
the Supreme Court.
Wow, okay, that's a big one. I think, anyway, no. Yeah, just playing around, but thanks for that. And we're going to go to Sharif right now anyways for, do we have happening now in the afternoon?
Now. Okay. Happening now.
Hey guys, happening now, brought to you by Huzi. Huzi is the preferred choice for insurance giants due to its high persistency ratios with industry-leading levels of over 95% for long-term and health insurance, ensuring a stable revenue stream from their high-quality customers. Shout out to the folks there at Huzi. All right, guys, let's see what's happening now. Bitcoin has been on watch all day. In case you're just joining us, the SEC came out this morning and informed the NASDAQ and the CBOE that their applications on behalf of their clients, BlackRock and Fidelity included, would not be allowed as it lacked sufficient clarity, but they were free to reapply. Bitcoin sold off decisively on that news. We'll have a look there. BTC selling off aggressively there, coming down into 29.5, now above 30,000. It was trying to retrace back into 31,000, not quite there, down 0.8%. The other name, Nvidia, again, Daiwa Capital with the upgrade saying Nvidia's competitors like AMD and Intel just won't be able to keep up with them in the short and intermediate term. We know that Nvidia owns about 80% of the AI GPU space. Today, they had a hell of a day, up almost 4%, over 4% at times, got into that 425 area, retracing now back into 423. Last but certainly not least, VBIB, the low float name, and by low float, I'm really talking micro float, 8.12 million share float, secured a $25 million contract with the Department of Health and Human Services. You guys saw Neil on this one earlier, putting in a high of 347, looking to curl though off that 3.25.
Catching a bid, that VBIV is catching a little bit of a bid back at 320. I still think, I mean, testing higher, ideally I would like, but we are running out of time. It is in the power hour. It's now 3:03. So if you're watching for the first time or you have been watching, you're probably aware of the fact that, hey, we're day traders. So at the end of the day, we have to have all our positions out. We're not holding overnight. Even if we wanted to, we wouldn't hold these positions overnight. So it does change the risk to reward in the afternoon, because you don't have as much time for a really long day hold if it just trends up and goes forever. So I got one more fill at that bottom on XPeng. We're running out of time for it to run back up and give another fill up at the high at that 1350. And given the fact that it's a Chinese ADR, I don't think I'd be taking the breakout anyways. It's way too late in the day to look for an explosive move on a Chinese ADR. Usually you want that to happen a bit earlier so that there's time for it to wake back up. Oh yeah, Google might want to run back into the top end of this range if I can get another short here up at the high. I did add to it on the way down. So my first entry was in the 40s, and then I added to it on the way down at 35. I do the same thing. I want the fill in the 40s. Once it's working, you can add to, I always find it's a little bit better to be adding to a position as it's working as opposed to adding to a position as it's getting worse. Go figure, that's a crazy thing to say. I don't think it's that crazy, but I definitely believe in it. I always find like averaging in can be a lot of trouble, gets you into a lot of trouble. There was one more thing I wanted to look at. We haven't traded Tesla this afternoon, but this is making another lower high here. So rejected 264 early in the afternoon. Now this is, see, that's 63. Now you're getting like 262 half, kind of stair-stepping to the downside while the market is holding sideways, but looking like it wants to curl down. We've seen this story before. I know Tesla's made some late runs, but it feels like it wants to roll a little bit over. I know it's made these afternoon bounce plays on weekdays, but this is a bit of the opposite. Like profit taking in this case would be it coming to the downside here. I still think 63 feels like the better level, but if it can't crack VWAP and we start breaking down the futures, Tesla would be one to watch. I do like Google, mentioned that already. I already have XPeng. It does feel like we're rolling over a little bit here. Lucid, as I said, I am not reloading this trade. I've got my stop out underneath 95. It just does not feel like there's enough activity here. If it bounces, great. If it doesn't, we've already sort of banked on the first half of this, or just a little more than the first half of this. We'll give it a chance to bounce again, but I don't think it's going to happen. I feel like this one's just rolling over. Nvidia as well. Good look. Hello there. That's the name in the chat, saying Nvidia is also rolling over.
Really?
Not so. It's a stronger stock because it's above support instead of underneath it. But yeah, it's starting to roll back over here. If Nvidia breaks VWAP, Apple's trying to hold on, but Apple's back underneath 193. Tesla's coming to the downside. Enough of these names keep falling, and we are going to probably give up the ghost. What is Microsoft doing? I'm looking for something that's giving you a breakdown trade right now, in case we go. Maybe not Microsoft. What else is there? What am I forgetting? Meta. Meta's looking like it wants to break down as well. Yeah, I think it feels like we're headed southbound.
Maybe you don't.
It feels like we're headed down. I need to find
It is
another
kind of
short.
a violent move down here, considering the market today. But
I might
still
get
lots
out of
stuff.
Apple.
You know what? I can say this A, because I'm Italian, and B, because I dress this way. But I mean, this is a racket. Like, who's running Streamlabs here? Italians? Like, I haven't seen too many rockets. It's only 10 times. It's 5 times on money bags and 2 times on bells. Like, I feel like I've played way more than 10 times.
Because
and like, I don't even know if I've ever won.
House always wins.
I thought this would have been 100x, to be honest with you, but
The house always wins.
it's definitely true right there. So shout out to everybody else. You see, yeah, slots 10. No, that's going to be a loser. That's going to be a loser. All right, let's just see what's happening right there. Yeah, people laughing at that comment. Like, I just mean it's like running the See? Oh, what? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Did you win?
Okay, no, someone won their money bag, so that's 10x your points. But thing is, I don't know, 5 times your points on money bags, 10x on the Rockets. Wow. I don't know. I just feel like that's like a lot, like, I don't know, Streamlabs, but shout out to that. It's still fun to do. I still want to get that roulette going. That would be kind of fun if we did do that, as the boys are practicing some putting there in the back.
You know what's crazy? I don't know if I told you this, but
What?
I've only tried, the last 2 times I did the putting, I got 2 out of 3, but I'm going reverse. I'm putting left-handed with a reverse grip. So I'm gripping it like right-handed and putting left, and all of a sudden, I'm like way better. I have no idea if that's like an actual thing, because I'm not a golfer, but it seems like
it is a thing.
So it seems like I have more control when
You're not breaking your wrist.
I'm not breaking my lead wrist. So from now on, I putt left-handed with a reverse grip. That's my new strategy there.
You should watch some. It's funny the way, like, every PGA professional pretty much has a different grip on their putter.
Seriously?
Yeah, no, seriously.
There's no
It's
standard way to do it?
Well, there's a standard way.
Interesting.
But it's not like in baseball, where generally speaking, you could adjust your wrists a little bit, but generally speaking, people will hold it one way.
Exactly.
There's putters that are tall putters, short putters, reverse grips, everything like that. So yeah, you are right.
I have one more question. Sorry
Sure.
to ask about putting here, but so Greg was telling me, as I was missing right-handed, he's like, yo, you need to use your hips and have a weight shift when you putt. And I always thought you have like a pendulum thing going, where you just go to, it's like a pendulum instead of using hips. Like, I want to be steady. So I do the pendulum thing.
What did he say?
He says you have a weight shift. You don't shift your weight when you putt, do you?
No, I don't.
I think that makes no sense.
I've
I would
been
have no
golfing
control.
once this year, so
I don't feel like I have any control if I do that.
I golfed once and shot, I think, in 92, something like that. It was par 72. It was pretty good. I'm generally a bogey golfer, but
when people
gotta play more than twice a
when
year.
people shoot under 100 and then act like it's ho hum, like you broke 100.
Yeah, but I'm always between 90 and 95.
I'm happy to break
if I played a little bit more, I feel like I'd be a lot better. If anyone wants to
I ain't Tiger Woods.
invite me out golfing into the greater Toronto area, please do that. Brendan and I would be more than happy.
You can invite me out
to
drinking,
come
I
out
ain't
as
golfing.
long as you pay. Yeah, no. Yeah, just joking about all that, but seriously.
We just heard in our ear, this was
We did? I didn't hear anything in my ear.
Fabian just said a bit of bowling. We're always down to go bowling.
We already did. We went Trader TV bowling.
We went
before.
Trader TV bowling once.
Yes.
It was before you got here, Fabian. We'd love to do it again.
14 margaritas or something that
Yo, we
day.
got
That
crunked
was-
that night. It was,
That was
it was
wild.
a
I
good
still
time.
dealt with everybody. What, you bowl, Fabian? 140 average?
Fabian has some game in the lanes. Okay, Fabian.
You know what? Where did I? It might be on my Instagram, our last bowlings. We can find out. There's pictures of their cat was there, obviously. Some of the older people that had worked here were there as well.
Yeah, it
Fahad
was
got
good
dealt
times.
with by Lucas, of course. We all remember that.
Obviously.
That was a lot of fun.
He'd
You
never
were there.
bowled
Mark
before.
was there. I just saw Mark. He was there. All of us were there. Brendan was there.
We
Maybe-
got to do what we need to do is
How
like
do-
some
I'm
kind of a
gonna-
meetup, like where we actually get some of the
You
fans
can search
out here
Google. Can I
to do
search
it.
Google?
You should be
I'm
able
just
to.
going to type in bowling because maybe I have some old pictures.
I just saw in the chat, Daniel Adams, is anyone in the office a scratch golfer? No. There was one former trader who was very good.
found
I
the
won't say his
receipts
name,
for
but
bowling.
I don't know if he was a scratch golfer, but he was good. I'll have to ask the guys how good Spence was, but there was one really good golfer. Not Spencer, there was a different dude a couple of years ago who was pretty solid. But yeah, nobody's a scratch golfer around here. No one has that kind of game.
No. Well, not that I know of, anyways.
I don't think there's ever been anybody that can we look at U.S. Steel? Yes, we can. Michael Noss, I almost said Noss Boss again. He was talking about this for the great smiley face trade. You've had some of the metals breaking out. If you've been tracking, you've seen this one go a little bit. Bit of a rough day at the open, which it's recovered from. More importantly, back above 25 even. The 200 period here, you just managed the breakout consolidation. It feels like this is like the start of another run that gets you to 26, 27, like that area there. This has a good short interest as well. This was it was a stock that I was swinging a little bit. Not anymore. I haven't been in it in a while. That was during the pandemic or sort of after, and then when everything was going to the upside, this was a fun one to be able to trade because it's like 10% short. So when it goes, it goes. Nice upward trend. Hopefully you close above that 25. It's just stair-stepping to the upside here. Day trade, I don't know what you're doing with this. I don't think I've ever day traded the stock, quite frankly. Although when I look at this chart, you never know what liquidity looks like. Like this looks like, look how great this break is of the previous high. That's 24.10. Go long 24.10, risk 10 cents, make 50. The problem with that is if you don't trade the stock, you have no idea where you're getting filled, how much is slippage, I don't know, because I don't day trade it. So yeah, need to know those things if you're going to take breakouts, breakdowns, but it looks pretty solid. If we close above 25, I think it's all systems go next week. What is happening here? It's so weird, this market. Okay, so on the verge of Google making that next breakdown, while simultaneously, Apple is threatening the high of the day. So go figure. Apple is continuing to churn higher.
Let's go.
Everything else is either slowly sliding down or chilling out. Daniel Adams, you guys should do a Florida golf trip. I'll come to Florida. I was just in Florida for spring training. I just can't golf.
You got a super chat.
I have a back issue. That's why I can't. And we went for your bachelor.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. That's where we went for your bachelor. That was good.
That was fun. Yeah, we did some golfing there as well. Okay, so I just did not want to ignore. By the way, right now we're all going to get to your super chat. Thank you, DJ Marshall, in a second. But there goes Apple taking out the day's high, and there we go again for Apple. So this is going to be a big one, man. We are barbecuing up some profits. We'll put some pineapple on the barbecue tonight for Neil. Right there, grilled pineapple is really good. So we'll do that. We will not put it on a pizza. So don't worry, Neil. Your secret is safe with me. Neil loves pineapple on pizza, and I just don't want to, I don't want to do anything that's going to upset the guy. So, but yeah, no, right now we are watching out for hopefully a bigger move in the futures, but there's Apple, nice move to the high side right there. Amazon's obviously cruising as well as that just continues to now be 35 cents in the money in a good one. And you might say, well, maybe Micron's in trouble. Nah, Micron's at the day's low almost down here near 63, so that's all good. I just want to give a big thank you because it doesn't, this is what it's all about, and it's true. This is what we're doing it. So thank you so much, DJ Marshall. I mean, your trading journey started in 2022. You randomly found our channel, so thank you for that. The words of wisdom everyone shows and shares with us. Continued blessings for the show and everyone trading. Well, thank you so much, DJ Marshall. So that's for you. I would still love to, and I just think that we've gone through a couple different changes here and things like that. What I'd really like to do. And we used to do this. I mean, it's my party. I'll cry if I want to. But we could have back on, and I think this is something that we should do. Got some of that. I don't know what that was. We should have guest traders of the day back on, and that would be really cool. So part of that, DJ, would be to share, journeys like yours and other people's and see how you've been doing. Did you take a small account challenge, or what's your favorite stock to trade? What do you like best about the show? Little things like that. I think that would be super cool to have traders on, and that way we can also improve the show because we get feedback directly from the people that we care about most, which is everybody out there. So I think that would be a great opportunity to do that, and I think that once things settle down, especially if it gets, we're already in the kind of the slow period right now, but this would be a great time to come back on. Someone just said, hey, when's Ms. V coming back on? I literally just messaged her on that, and I said, come on now, it's slow. So, I could show you. Oh, there it is. Oh, you might have just saw that message right there. But we're going to wait to see. I don't think she's going to come on now, but,
don't dox her.
Maybe, don't dox myself again. But I think that'd be really super cool to have
it'd be fun.
more. Oh, no, you missed it. I know you're on board for this. I was just saying, we got a nice super chat there. I've been watching the show, DJ Marshall. He's been really happy, and his trading journey started with us. We used to have guest traders of the day.
Yes.
And I think this is a perfect example. Have traders on
right
that
now.
Have watched us. Sharif's not here now, but he's around. That's how he started watching the show, and now he's here on the show. And I just want to say a big shout out to everybody out there, that is hustling in this trading grind, because let's call it what it is. It's a grind, and
it is definitely a grind. I just saw Darwin's comment there. That would be fantastic. He's like, get Renata on with Sharif during the midday.
Yeah, we could do that.
I think, you know what? I think it's a lot of fun. Summertime is the best time to do it, right? We can all learn from each other. It's just, that's what it's all about.
I feel like now we'd have to figure out who to have on.
There's so many. There's so many regulars out there. And some people that watch in the morning, and some people that are more in the afternoon, and people that love the midday.
From like 3:05 or like 3:10 to 3:20.
Yeah, that's a great time.
Or
no
like before
economic
3. Releases.
It could be 2:45, and we don't.
Yeah, exactly. But in that range, 2:45 we have guests.
Well, yeah, we have Frank on at that time.
But we could figure it all out and get that done. I think that would be super fun.
I like it.
All right, so Micron still 60 cents. SoFi's back to the bottom again of the day here. So we just got it out at 40. It's really gone to sleep, so there's not much happening. Amazon, we already see what's good there. So the one trade that I did have that was a red trade for me today, and I used to be really good friends with Mr. Softy, still am, but we went long there. Got out once it broke 341 there. We got long 341.20, 341 again, and broke it downside. Then we got long again, thinking that we would sort of hold out where VWAP was. I guess VWAP at that point, I don't know why why didn't I hold it for right there? I don't know, but we wound up getting out. So a couple tries long on Microsoft. I don't feel bad about the trade. Nothing really happened. We've dipped higher, we've dipped lower. And if anything, now that I zoom in to see Microsoft, so there it is. Just quick ins, quick outs is not much happening there. But this 341 has held for a short. So if you like the short, I'm just not convinced in a short, but if you do like the short, I think there's an opportunity here to trade that as well. So you could watch out for that shortable trade there at 341. It's right here right now. I don't know if I want to take it, but I think this is also something that's panning out to be a possible short, and you may want to look at this if you're in the game still. So,
I love this in the chat. Like,
what are they saying?
I see, like, what I love about this community is, like, T-Daddy's like, put Lily and Nene on. Yeah. Like, you guys want to see some of the community, like, not speaking for yourself. You're asking to get someone else, and we love to do it. And I saw this from Basri. Don't you guys get tired? So what's interesting about this, and I'll be the first to admit it. If you've been with us since we've been on YouTube, we did this internally at Day Trade the World for, I want to say, 8 to 10 months before we came on YouTube.
I feel like that's long, but
it was almost a year. We actually did it for a while.
What? Okay,
we did. Yeah, we did. Trust me, it was a while we were on before we came to YouTube. And again, it was just supposed to be educational within Day Trade the World.
Yep.
I felt really uncomfortable doing it, quite frankly. I thought I sucked. I felt drained, and we didn't have the same energy. We weren't on as long as well. But I think once you get the hang of it, every now and then you need a coffee in the afternoon just to be able to keep it up. I hate drinking coffee in the afternoon. But when you are talking about things that you're comfortable speaking about, or that you're passionate about, like talking shop, it's actually not that hard. Now, if you asked me to sit there and talk about current pop trends or something like that, I would be gassed at the end of the day trying to figure out what to say because, quite frankly, I have no clue. We can talk shop pretty much all day. Sean and I have been sitting on a trading floor in proximity of each other since we were young. And most traders are like that. That's why it comes natural for a lot of people, but it's a lot of fun. And it's a lot easier when you have a community that engages us like we do. We get a lot of great questions in the chat, which is pretty cool. Just like pro sports, it's the crowd around you that keeps you pumped and going.
Yeah. I mean, look what's happening behind us right now. Absolutely nothing, but that's not the point. The point is these guys are golfing. They've got on their shirts. They've got on their Floral Fridays.
I feel we should have done, like, now that I know.
I didn't know about Floral Fridays.
Apparently, it's now the guys we're talking about, like the trading floor, and they're doing a floral Hawaiian shirt Friday thing now on the trading floor. We just found out about it, so maybe we start doing it. I know I have one somewhere. I think my brother stole it, meaning it's in Halifax.
But I know I threw them all out. I'm almost certain.
Because it's not a thing.
I'm almost certain. I had to try to clean the closet up every once in a while. And
You do.
Honestly, I've probably had this for like 20 years. Like, honestly, there's so many. It's so funny because, you know, when you're looking at your timelines and they all come up and it's like Google Photos or Apple Photos, it goes like, this date 10 years ago or whatever, and it shows a picture, and I'm like, what the hell? I just wore that yesterday. Like, literally, there's so many things like that pretty much all my money goes to my family, and if they want to buy me clothes, great. All the clothes I get are like stuff that I get for gifts and things like that.
I'm the same way. Every now and then someone's like, hey, I like that
Well,
shirt
you have
you're
that
in.
pineapple shirt, though. That's kind of like a floral.
Did you know where I got that?
Yeah, the Jays, yeah.
So I'm a season ticket holder for the Jays, and if you pay the shipping fee, which is like $50 a year, every promotion they do throughout the year, they just send it to our house. So I don't have to stand in line and be the first 10,000 fans. I just get it all. So I had this free, cheap Jays pineapple shirt. That's essentially my Hawaiian shirt now. But the dude, it's for Lourdes Gurriel, and he doesn't play for the team anymore. So I never really wear that shirt because he's not with the squad.
Got
so,
it, yeah. But that could be your pineapple. I was just saying that because you were talking about
it is now,
maybe
but
not having many shirts
and
there.
I love pineapple. It's just pineapple on pizza. Every
on
time
pizza,
I bring
you
it up,
mean, yeah.
it's the same thing. I'm a huge pineapple fan.
Right,
Best,
so you just heard Neil. If you want to send in a pineapple pizza, he's a huge pineapple fan.
No.
Oh, not for pizza. Okay.
I've been sort of toying around. Like, Prad takes one for the team a lot, right? So, I mean, like with the whole like platinum Prad thingy. Maybe that's
Takes
not
one for the
taking one
team. I've already told you about that.
Okay, so he wanted to do it anyway.
Right.
However,
Just
if
wants
you guys
us to pay for it, which is not.
If you guys ever think of something really creative, like really good, really big, then I will eat like slices of pineapple
Neil,
pizza.
imagine you saying
if it's big enough.
Right. Imagine you saying like, "Oh, I'm going to eat pineapple pizza if Microsoft breaks 342 in the next 3 days or something." That basically means you want to eat pineapple pizza.
Yeah, but I'm not an idiot. I'm not betting against. Like,
exactly. That's my point about
it would have to
this
be
guy.
if you want to call like a market top or
Right.
like a flush in stocks or make a massive prediction on like someone's going to report.
Apple would not reach 190 when it was at 188.
Apple was basically an absolute mortal lock to get to 190. when he
Pineapple
said
and
that.
black olives. That's you
No,
know what?
No.
So
It doesn't matter.
I got to give a shout out to Arun because honestly, this is the thing. So it all talked about pineapple pizza, which is of course. All right, so not Italians, Canadian, right? So you know,
'Cause it's not real pizza.
and it's some Greek that made it up here. Okay, but I do think that if you add some, and I did this too, banana peppers or jalapeno or something. Remember we had that pineapple pizza? Hey, look, if there's any, I'm going to give someone free advertising.
You're Italian,
Don't
dude.
tell this to Kat.
Don't
By the
dignify-
way, when I'm in Rome in a month, I'm not going to find pineapple on pizza.
I would love to see you
I'll find one,
go
Neil.
to Italy
I will find
and ask
one.
for pineapple on a pizza.
I will.
So why are you trying to dignify?
I will do it.
No, you're not going to do it.
I will do it, Neil.
Okay, I wanna
For
see-
you, I'll do that. I'll have it videotaped and everything. I'm going to go to the most authentic Italian pizza joint in Rome, and I am going to ask them if they have pizza that contains pineapple. That will be happening for you.
Okay, you do that. You do that on camera.
I am.
And show me the video evidence.
Yeah, I'm going to show everybody.
And then I will eat 2 big ass slices of pineapple pizza because I know for a fact. I know
But
deep
they don't
down
have to
inside,
say yes.
I know
I just
deep
have to
down
ask.
inside, as an Italian, you're gonna go there and you're gonna feel terrible about doing it because you know it's embarrassing.
I do it for everybody.
I know. I'm just saying because quite frankly, you
Papa
know it's
John-
not legit.
Papa John's.
You know it's not
we-
legit. And I'm sure I can't wait to. I can't wait to go to Rome. We gotta.
I am going to do that.
We might
so.
not do it next year. That's the only thing. But
You'll figure it out. Okay, so right here, 52-week highs today. Apple, Berkshire. Wow, Berk B, 52-week high. Really, eh? BRK.B. Well, that would make
because
sense.
Apple said.
Yeah, forget it. That would make sense. Why am I even?
It's just Apple.
Why do I
Berkshire's
even
just
question
Apple.
that? I just said every time someone sells Apple, just goes to Berkshire. There it is right there. Delta, Dell. Some of these names we always talk about because every day it's a brand new 52-week high. So, of course, the other name that I'm going to say is a name that I'm really, really proud to own and actually a decent position now for me because of just how high it's gone up percentage-wise is Eli Lilly. That's another brand new 52-week high. And today, no surprise today too, JP Morgan. We talked about that. The only bank that I own, but I do own Goldman Sachs. So that two banks, and then I own Canadian banks. NCLH, MongoDB, a name that we don't trade too much here, but again, a big data name there, MongoDB. Wow, $415, so that's probably why. Norwegian, we talked about that. Palo Alto, another name that we own, and of course, they had the split happening on Palo Alto based on the inclusion into... I mean, I'm surprised this wasn't in the S&P 500 before. Was it the NASDAQ 100? What did
no, it was not in the S&P.
Okay, so
it just got to the S&P 500.
So straight fire for Pan W, and then the other name. Well, there's a bunch of names, but Visa, I guess, would be the other one that maybe some people own.
MongoDB is a monster.
I know. That's crazy. I don't even know that much about that name.
I think Dell's going to be a fade pretty soon, to be honest with you. I was just looking at that chart, but I want to get back to the market because we're almost at 330. We'll get you, I don't see Sharif there, so I'll make sure I have my feed up because we get the early look for the imbalances from Twitter. We just get it from Financial Juice. So I'll make sure we have that up to get you guys the early look. We're at 120 right now, and oh no, we just bounced. No, we just wicked 120. My other chart showed me we're breaking down. We just wicked 120 on Google, so I'll just take some out in front of it. If it breaks again, I think we hold a short. This is the kind of day it is. Like Apple's still chilling at the highs, Google still heading down. Tesla we thought maybe was a short. Now it's back above VWAP, so Tesla's grinding up. Like, it's so weird. Like, when you're sitting here in the top of the market and doing absolutely nothing, you're gonna find weak stocks to short and strong stocks to be long. Apple's the strong name. A lot of other things are weak. I still have a piece of that XPeng. By the way, it goes without saying, I will 100% not be reloading XPeng up at the top. Great short off 1350, but there's no time for it to do anything else at this point. So that's the other one that we're working with. Riot, I just had the last of my shares, but quite frankly, that's Lordstown from this morning. That's not going to break $2, I don't think. Got to hit enter again. It got underneath 210 finally, and then made another, I guess, defense of the 210 level. So as I look at this, I'm just going to bid some 10s and see if we can't get some more out there. I had to stop out first. I did this with Bed Bath & Beyond. When I'm thinking short the pop at the open, I'm always too aggressive on the 930 short. And then the real short is after it presses the high first. So every single day I'm going to come in looking at what the previous resistance was on Lordstown and wanting to short it. However, shorting it more aggressively on the back end is the way to go. It's always like, yeah, stop out once to finally get it going and then adding on the way down. As it's working, add to the position. Like, you don't want to take it out in this range. You want to add to it in this range if it's going to go. And then the next breakdown is when you start taking it down. So that's, I'm going to do this pattern until it's on the pink sheets with Lordstown.
All right.
Uh-oh. I see what you're doing.
Yeah. I'm going to find a picture of me and my wife standing outside the Coliseum. We were there at the Coliseum when it was green for St. Patrick's Day, and we were putting the wine to the head. I'm actually going to message her right now and see if I can find that right now. But look what, apparently, the Italian government has cleared the way if they want to fight. You can't just go, I don't know the last time there was actually anything sanctioned or anything like that in the Coliseum, or if there was ever anything sanctioned in there in the last whenever.
I mean, in the last 1,000 years.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know if they mean that there's going to be like a fight to the death or whatever, but here it is right now, Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. How cool would that be, man, with all the lights and everything?
Could you even imagine?
That would be such a spectacle. That's what I think they need to do. I mean, we know the fight is going to be a joke, but I just feel like that would be awesome.
And you know where they should be showing that? They got to leverage the VR sets, man.
Oh, they probably will figure that out. Yeah,
like that
for
would
sure.
be,
for sure they'll figure
that
out.
How many of those headsets that they're not selling could they sell for an event like that? Right? Like, if people were thinking, like, think about it. If you were ever thinking about getting one, what are the kind of things that would make you buy one?
Right.
Like, if you told me that I could then watch the Super Bowl like I was at the game,
Right, which you
and the
can.
Bills were in the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
I would then, now I'm going to buy one when I wouldn't have done it before. Like
Yep.
that's the kind of
You
reason.
can do that with the Oculus.
Yeah, and
but
then once
this
you
is a-
have it, you keep it.
Yeah, you just
right?
buy the membership or
Yeah,
whatever.
just drag people in now. Because right now you can do, there's like a limited number of NBA games.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
nobody's doing like a season's worth of your own team. Like you can't do every game of the Raptors. You can do like it's
The
like
Raptors
50.
should do that, right? That's a great
Mark
idea.
Cuban has talked about. Mark Cuban's talking about with the Apple one, doing like a season ticket kind of thing. That's the way to go. Because I'm not gonna buy it
So
for
many
random
people
games.
don't want to go to the game. Like you got to wait to get in. You're getting like patted down. The
Yeah.
lineups are horrible. Oh, I mean, we love going to games.
I'd love like an
It's not-
NCAA package.
I mean,
for
you're a
that.
season seat holder, but that would be kind of cool for the Jays. Like, you could sit behind home, like one camera's behind home plate, one is on each dugout, one is in the outfield, one's a
Sick.
bird's eye view, something. There's lots of great opportunities, and that's why I think that Apple right now, let's go.
Still going.
We are now $2 in the money on this one. So Apple joined the Dollar Club a long time ago, but it's still blowing up. 190, 350 right there. Pratt almost wanted to go his beard. Remember, he was like, if it breaks 195. I mean,
What did he? Oh,
he was
well,
going to do the beard.
Oh, I missed
platinum
that.
as
I
well.
didn't hear
But yeah,
that.
you must have missed that. So thank God. He's
Is that even a big deal if you've already done the?
early look? Oh,
done the
there's
hair.
Sharif. Did you get it from Financial Juice?
I haven't seen it. I still don't see it.
Hasn't come out yet. Okay, cool, no problem.
Yeah, I don't have it either.
Okay, so Jay Lee's asking us for it. I mean, what are the early imbalances when they come out? You know what? Financial Juice probably on vacay. Has he posted anything?
No, there's a post a minute ago.
Okay, a minute
they're
ago. Okay,
there.
so hopefully he'll get that too. Shout out to Tony Knack and Financial Juice. We've had them on the show before. I mean, we've got friends. We've got friends in different area codes. Area codes. All right, so what's up to Tony Knack and everybody there? See, that would be worth clipping.
Sharif,
That's
do you
worth
expect us to actually sing the real lyric in that situation? We're not trying to get demonetized.
I've sang that song properly lots of times.
I've got pros.
Yeah.
See, pros.
So
You
right
can say
there.
pros.
We could say lots of stuff, yeah. Like we said, it's our party. We'll cry if we want to.
I actually don't think we'd get demonetized for saying
Exactly,
that, to be
and
honest with you.
I
Because I
never
remember
scared.
actually Prad he sent a list. I told you this. There was a spreadsheet, and it had all the words that these are
really?
like
I
these
should
are like
look at
the
that.
triple red that you're instantly demonetized. Some of them are obvious, and then there's other ones you can get away with. Like I can say shit, and you're fine. No, no, that was on. It's fine. Like it's not what. I'm just saying. Like that one was okay, but there's other things. You say that 10 times more than I do. Okay, it's 100% true. You guys already. You know what's up.
All right.
You
yeah.
know you do.
I know. We're just playing around. Of course.
Area code.
Let's go. Yeah, no, Jay Lee, I know. We don't need you to show up. Jay Lee's going to show up here on Monday to be a guest trader of the day. But we have not finalized anything.
On the half
I
day?
don't know what we're going to do. What?
They just said in the chat.
Well, how do you know who Jay Lee is?
In the chat.
You want him to come in?
I like Jay Lee. Jay Lee and I interact all the time in the chat.
It's not about that. I just don't know if we've decided to do that yet. That's all.
Yeah, no, as long as it's
Maybe
up to
we
you
have.
guys, of course.
Maybe we have. I don't
Well,
know.
let me sleep on it. Not Monday.
I mean, Monday's a half day. What's
Yeah,
the
that's right. It's only a half day
What's
on
the format
Monday.
we're doing? I think we're doing
What are we doing on
So I
Monday?
thi-
Well, it
I-
ends at 1. So we'll,
I think
we'll
we're
have
doing-
Brad and Sharif maybe, or Brad and
For an hour.
Max. Well, 2 hours.
No, I think-
11 to 1.
We're not coming back for the close?
What close?
I don't know. The market closes at 1.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not. We don't have to come. It's going to be dead.
It is.
We'll have some fun on Monday.
I
We'll-
don't think we actually thought this one, because we usually
Can
on
we
a-
do like a quad box? That'd be kind of cool if me, you,
don't
Max,
usually do
Obi,
a half day.
Sharif.
I don't
Brad.
know what we're doing on Monday, to be honest with you guys. What do you guys want us to do?
I'm going to be on Pratt's show after the bell, too, by the way, guys.
What, tonight?
Nice.
Yeah?
Ooh.
I'm getting a haircut so that you guys don't see this on.
I have. Oh, tomorrow we're going to go to Waterloo, see Baxter. That should be fun.
Oh,
So we're going to go
nice.
there. We're going to go to St. Jacob's Market. You know about that. That's going to be really good with the Mennonites there. That should be a lot of fun. We're going to have some great food and have some fun. And then it's my cousin's birthday. You know who it is. He turned 40. Tim. Yeah,
He's
sure.
only-
Why not?
Happy birthday, Tim.
Yeah, he's
Happy
only 40.
birthday.
Yeah.
He's not that he's watching, but if he wants to get into
Oh, shit. This guy's here.
if he wants to get into a basketball pool,
Where are you going,
let me know.
Prad? We just announced Sharif's on with you. That should be a lot of
That's what I wanted to do. Okay, good.
Then go sit on the desk
He
with him if you
spoiled
want.
it. Just go up there.
It doesn't matter, but
You guys to announce this?
we did. We
too
announced
late.
it. We announced it. Okay, Brad, don't worry. Right there, Brad's getting ready for a big weekend because he's got the rave tomorrow. He's dancing. There he goes. If he gets a girlfriend doing stuff like that, then damn it, that's nice. You know what I mean? That's good. If you can find a woman doing that, you found the right one. I'll tell you that much right now.
Or the wrong one.
Yeah.
Oh, he's flossing now. See, now he actually had some moves.
Some
and
of
the
that
camera's
Fortnite
not
love
on.
right there.
What
Okay,
else we got going?
let's just start trading a little bit here. Carnival.
TOP. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say Carnival Cruise Line's got just now the S&P revised it to positive. I just saw that. Let's see. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Carnival Cruise Line's still up here at 88 and Heartbreaks 1888, the high of the day right there for that. Not much happening right there. But yeah, that's been a good look today for Carnival. I think you could probably short it off there. But we do have the imbalances coming through. Someone asked us about that. Did we get that yet? I'm going to close those. Those aren't live. We've got to wait for 350.
No, I don't see it.
I don't think we
not
have
seen
it yet, so we'll wait for that to come through very, very soon. Micron, 50 cents in the money. SoFi in the money right now. Amazon, I mean, look at Amazon, guys. You want to do something real fun right now. Let's just spin it for Amazon. You know, this is what we did. Obi, I went over there and got a refill on the coffee, and Obi's like, what did you see at, that got you long on Amazon? I'm like, what? What did I see? Just support, baby. Down here at 130. That's it, man. Simple trading. That's the best. Simple trading. Whenever you're starting to complicate things like we did on SoFi on that halt, when we had no idea what we were doing, just going back and forth. Sure, SoFi's a winner for now, but we got dealt with on that one when that was moving around. Just buy the dips, man. There it is right there, breaking 130. Take it, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. And the rest, as they say, is history because there it goes. Huge upside move for me on Amazon. We're now 50 cents in the money. I mean, that's pretty clean right there. We have the bottom of the afternoon for Amazon and the top of the afternoon for Amazon. So if we're not cooking it up for you, enjoy your weekend. I'm sure there's going to be lots of barbecues going on. We've already got barbecue on our mind today. I picked up some nice Italian reds. We're going to be throwing something on the queue tonight. Can't remember what Marissa said she picked up, but it's something. We had sausage earlier on in the week. We kind of always have burgers, but it's something else. Maybe it's pork tenderloin or something, but we're ready to rock and roll there tonight. So should be a fun one in the Katina household.
I'm happy for pizza tonight.
Yeah, pizza's always great.
School ended yesterday, but my daughter's school does Pizza Friday. So every single Friday we do movie night at our house, and we can never do pizza because we're not going to let her eat pizza twice on the same day. So we finally I haven't had pizza in forever.
Why don't you let her do that?
Because my wife says no, and then I'm like, whatever. I'm not dying on that hill. I'm not dying on that hill.
You would die on like that's something that would.
No, it's just I'm not willing.
I'll give
Whatever.
my kids
It's not
pizza
that big
3
of a
times.
deal.
No, it's not that big of a deal.
She eats a lot of pizza when she eats pizza, and she kind of really likes cheese. So it's like, it's probably too much. But a couple of things here so I think you're right about Financial Juice. They're probably just off.
Oh, it's not there again. Okay.
It's been it's been 8 minutes since they usually post it, and I still haven't seen it come through. So this happens sometimes. It's kind of a pseudo long weekend, so they're probably just taking time off as well. We don't take it off, but I guess some other people do. It is what it is. It's free, kind of like we are. Apple, the best chance was at that 192.80. We had it before we came on the show. We should have reloaded that same price. I think it's just trail until 350 time for Apple. Ride, forget about Ride. Who cares? I already showed you that level. But Alphabet. That last little bounce off 120 when it kind of wicked underneath and came back above. I don't want to add to this a little bit too late in the day. Either it breaks 120 and flushes, or we're just going to stop out above break even in VWAP. So we're going to give that one a chance to be able to work to the downside. No reason to add. It's already relatively weak. Darwin's saying it's 534 million to the sell side. Thank you very much for posting that.
But where did he get it from?
Yeah, exactly. Where did you get that from?
We're trying to be a community here that shares information. So if there is a possibility to do that, then we'll get it. And if it's just another resource, the reason why we're asking for that is not for our own benefit. It's because people are always asking us. And if Financial Juice is down for some reason, then we'd like to get that as well. So if you can have it, fine. Oh, they said Financial Juice.
Then how come I'm not?
Darwin.
Maybe mine's not reloading.
What is that? That's
maybe
breaking market news.
That is Financial Juice.
Oh.
It's like their channel is breaking market news, but I'm not getting.
We'll find it.
Maybe my tweet deck is screwed up.
But he has it over there.
Maybe.
All right. Who cares?
He's on their website. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Sharif has the website up. So we're about to get to at least test 4,500 on the ES because Apple just continues to churn. I'm trailing it every 25 cents. So at this point, if it makes a pullback, fine. The only reason I think we might have trouble is that the NASDAQ's creeping up and won't break the high, and the ES is right at a big level, 45,000. Maybe we can take that out. A sell imbalance wouldn't help, to be sure. I'm seeing TD Ameritrade News might have it, according to some people out there. I don't know. It's just we'd love to have a secondary source to be able to show it to you guys live. Like, we'll be able to get you. I'm just going to make sure I have this up right now. The actual imbalances when they do come out. Like, that's a different story. Like, we just get that pumped in our platform here, and then we're able to show it to you live. So once that updates at 350, you see the actual imbalances start to come out. Top is about to rip. That is not Top Ships. It is Top Financial, and it is still beneath $10. So I know it's starting to go. Maybe it's going to be a late day run for this name. This would be interesting if it were to break 10 bucks. It's too late in the day. I don't know if I would trade it this late in the day, especially this way, like a breakout end of the day going into a pseudo long weekend. I don't know if I would want that, but hey, this stock broke 9, went ham, held 9 even. It's kind of gearing up like it wants to go again. Like, that's a nice higher low. Like, it's always holding the breakout price. You know, dipping down, holding the previous breakout. Bit of a gap down they had to weather through, but then holds the previous breakout once the market opens up and wants to go again. So it is giving you that stair-step action. It's a pure low float runner. Nothing else to be seen there. Wow, Apple wants, what did Prad say? What was it, 94 or 95? 95, right?
I try to zone him out. I think it was 95. I think it was 95.
No, because if it was 94, he'd be doing his beer.
I'm just playing around. Like I said, I feel like, you know, that's a lost bet to begin with here, because there goes Apple right now. And I just tweeted out and I said, good thing we decided, and we talked about this, that we were going to hold this until the close. So we were looking for levels to get out, and I was debating this 193, but we haven't broke anything. Like, this was the only opportunity right there. And I don't know what was going on in the middle of the day. We were not here. It doesn't matter. I don't think I would have bought more there anyway. But this little dip down below view up, I cannot hate on anybody that would have got out there. I feel like that would have been a good move. But again, I didn't even have a stop order in. I didn't have any, well, I did have a stop order in, but I didn't have any take profits in, and I'm just happy that we don't have it in right now either. So it just continues to make its move to the upside. So again, congratulations to everybody that's on that name. It just continues to be one of those movers that is working out. So
I don't know if you buy that. I think there were three chances to get in. I don't think the under VWAP was. I think when it reclaimed VWAP, and then right here, because I know Max, it was during the midday show, and Max showed the barcode that it was in. I was like, that's interesting. Like, if it breaks, like, come on, like, it regains VWAP, and it's going to break a barcode like that, that's when you take a shot. Like, when else are you going to get into a trending stock, except for when it makes higher lows and then starts to break back out again. But there was some missed opportunities there in Apple to reload. Stay in, that's a good one, Harold of the Rocks. I like this, this is cool. Stay in Apple short over the weekend. You win for the funniest comment of the day. Stay in Apple short over the weekend. Nah, probably not. I think that's a bad idea. Not a stock you want to be short, generally speaking. I wouldn't, not really. I hope you're joking anyways. VBIV, we have 7 minutes to the imbalances. I had one trade in there. I think I lost 5 cents with it. Never went to that 370. That was me taking this short, kind of broke the high, never really got any higher. I guess if you'd shorted off 350, it would have worked with a 3 bottom. It's still pretty strong, so holding on to 3, it's still in an upward trend. Maybe this is a late day run. If it makes a break, you get like a 4 o'clock run to that 370, 380 level. I need to get more out. I'm just going to get out of ride. It just keeps bouncing off of 210. This trade is done. It's starting to break back up again. So we'll just get on the bid and try and get out of that. XPeng, you could have had this trade like a million times. I only took it the last time. Like, how many times you could have had 13.5? I only got into it the last final time. It is running out of steam, but hey, Chinese ADRs don't necessarily trade that for obvious reasons. They don't do as much volume in the afternoon unless there's something really interesting happening. They kind of just calm down. Don't forget about this, though. This stock has just made a major break that I think you're anything above $12 and it's got room, man. It got to a level here on the daily where you would expect it to slow down a bit, and then once it breaks through that, I don't have to, if you look at the daily chart here, it's not even putting any kind of a reasonable dent in this, and the next stop I think is 15 to 16 and a half. It's got room to run. So we're gonna look for some XPeng next week as well.
All right, so it's not a very good picture. I used to have a little bit of hair here, but it's there's the Coliseum green. So there it is right there. You can see there's the wine, the vino.
There it is.
Drinking wine in a plastic cup outside of the Coliseum there in Rome. So there it is right there. Thank you to Marissa for sending that out there. All we did was we went into a store, I bought wine and got some cups, and then we were just walking around there. People were like, "What the hell is going on?" But that was that. So big shout out there. As I'd love to go to that fight if that was in the Coliseum. But how much would tickets be? Would be absolutely insane.
It would be insane
on that one. But shout out to you, Marissa.
But then you'll be able to watch on the Oculus probably.
Yeah,
there's no way you wouldn't be able to watch it on the Oculus for sure.
Sell 534. So there it is. So Sharif just grabbed that to us. Thank you for that one. Sharif, it must have just came through. So that's a good one. 534 to sell on that. So all right, all good, man. I just got an update from Uber. They just gave me $3 back from my last ride. I don't know why. I'm going to find out about that
Nice.
in a
Never
second.
bad.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Okay, so what else we got going on here? Apple days high, of course, we talked about that. Micron's not doing anything. Amazon's not really doing anything, and SoFi's not doing anything. So let's look for something else. Is there any other names potentially you guys want us to look at before we go anywhere? So, yeah, man, you're right, John. I mean, we turned this around.
Why is UPS
earlier? I just
going?
reached over and grabbed that and was like, this is a bullish day. The minute Apple was above that 190, I couldn't wait to come in here and write down Apple long on this thing. I think we both thought that. We saw it in the pre-market. It just started to
The
rip
only
up.
disappointment for Apple was that we
hard
all
to get in, I
no,
felt.
we all wanted a second shot at the 190
Right, yeah,
break.
exactly.
The actual break of 190, because it's like yesterday was a losing trade if you took the 190 long. And then today, just a gap through that. So UPS is running. I don't
gonna
know
get
if
out of
there's
stuff.
I don't know if there's a story we're missing here, but this is actually picking up steam on UPS. And now up 2%, continuing to run higher. Thank you in the chat. You guys pointed this one out in the chat. I didn't see this. It is already in the midst of a nice little run here. Probably, I mean, you've seen FedEx make a move recently. So UPS also breaking out on the daily chart. It's going to close above the 200 period unless something ridiculous happens. It's closing above the 200 for the first time since checks. I mean, these kind of don't count because it's really tight. It's going to close well above. It's been what, like since April? Since the end of April. That is a big trend reversal here, so watch out for UPS next week. I don't know if there's anything specific causing it to run right now. They must have yeah, you're right about that. I don't want to speculate, James, but you just said you might have avoided driver strike or something like that. That could be it, but I haven't seen anything on the wire myself.
All right.
try this.
I just want to tell everybody, I did get out of Amazon. There's only 2 minutes until these imbalances, and Amazon just took down VWAP, so I don't really want to be in it anymore. Better to clear out some of these positions as we go. So that's essentially exactly what I'm doing. Micron I'm okay with Micron. I think we'll hold this one. I'm not in any fear. We only have 10% left of this, but we did get out of our Amazon, and then I'm just going to wait to see. I do want to get out of Apple at the end of the day, so we'll just wait to see what happens with Apple. If it comes all the way back down, it comes all the way back down. But I feel like this is close enough to the end of the day right now. So what about this kind of a break? 193.40. That way we'd only give up 30 cents from the high, and in case these imbalances come pretty nasty, let's just do that right now on Apple. So 193.34. All right. So that's in there right now, and there it is, man. You know, I don't know if some traders might not show you their exact outs or their exact ins, but I'm putting it right there for you. We're going to do that. And that's fine. The only trade that we really screwed up today was this one right here, was the SoFi, where again, news breaking, it makes the move down. I went short off the imbalance, off the halt. Then it gets out right there. We're able to get long, which is what these ticks are, make that money back. Then we didn't make it back. We lost too much there. And then we shorted it right there, and then boom, 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 and then the rest is coming out right now. So that's the short that we had on, and then you can see some outs there, some outs all the way down, and now we'll wait to see what happens with only now 50 seconds left until these imbalances pop into our accounts, and we'll be able to see what exactly they are. So I'm excited for it. It's the end of the month. Can you believe that already? June is over today.
We're halfway
That's
through the year.
crazy.
That's crazier.
That is crazy.
School's out. That's what's important too. Well, I mean, some people like it when school's in, but I like the summer. I'm a big summer person for obvious reasons. I just like the hotter weather. Despite being in Canada, I freaking hate the cold. I'm not a big fan of it. I know it's fun to do winter sports. Like, I don't mind like tobogganing and all that stuff, but man, when it's like minus 20 degrees out, it's not fun at all. The imbalances just dropped. I feel like it's sell side because Google just dropped down. NEO 1.3 million to sell 1.4. AT&T, where are the big names?
I think the
Amazon's a
NASDAQ
buy of 800,000. Okay, Google.
Let's see if we get that number.
800,000 sell on Google. That's why that spiked down for me. Intel's a sell of 600,000. AMD's a sell 600,000. I didn't see Apple. Do you see? I don't see Apple. Nvidia's a sell 400,000.
AMD's a sell.
Did I miss Apple?
No, it's just not on here.
It's just not there.
Or
NEO at 1.4 million.
Goog with a sell. Google with a sell. What's happening with Google here? Yeah, so there's the
It just
move
broke down.
What?
400 million sell.
Total number, yeah.
400 to sell. 400 million to sell comes from Sharif. So that's not big. I thought there would be a little bit more here at the end of the month for sure.
Apple's running up.
Apple's running up.
Awesome.
So Apple, I didn't see Apple on the imbalance. I checked. I didn't. Maybe scroll down further, you can find it. But the last time we were at an even dollar level like this, the last 3 times on any stock, it wasn't Apple. We saw it with Nvidia, we saw it with AMD, and there was a third one in the last 2 weeks. It's gotten to that level and then turned back. So I want to be trailing this by about 20 cents here. I had 25 earlier. Now I'm trailing it by 20 cents. If it gets underneath like 75, I'm out.
Yeah, no, that's the way to trade Apple today for sure. Is it try to buy dips, play them out as for these rips. There it goes, man. We have it early. This might be the longest trade in my history of the show, to be honest with you. We took this trade at 9:32, 9:33, and there it is right now. To the upside goes Apple, 194 and still going. So we've tweeted it out. We tweeted it out early. It's the #1 name on our sticky note right there, as goes Apple to the upside. So yeah, bad call, obviously getting out of Amazon. We just had pieces left of these. Again, just pretty risky going into the close, but Amazon was a good trade for us. So we're happy with Amazon, cannot complain. Micron, again, our last 10%. Look at this short on Micron early, boom. Short again on Micron here, boom. Nice moves to the downside. I feel like we'll just wrap this thing up, man. It's been a great day, great week, great month. Great year, great everything. We're really happy just to be part of something here and glad to show everybody that we're trading, try to take questions, try to educate, entertain. Thank you, DJ Marshall, for that, and really just to talk to people as much as we can, give our experiences, take some of yours as well. Hey, I thought I just bid Micron 27s there. Oh, I did not. Okay, so I better do that right now to make sure that we do get out of. Oh, we did. Okay, we did get out. Okay, my bad. Right there. Oh, Micron just dipped down. That's what happened. Okay, I was looking at the wrong stock right there. SoFi still 70 cents in the money there. That was the problem. I was saying I just bid 37 right there. So we'll wait to get some out on SoFi right now. As yeah, Micron's a great out for us. Now we work on SoFi, and then let's just let Apple continue to scream, man. 194. Are you kidding me? $2.50 club today.
Yes, sir. I just actually checked. This is the first time this has ever happened. I always get mad at myself when I trail out of something that ends up going higher, but this is the first time I've ever done this, where the price I trailed out this morning on the Apple long is the exact price I was able to rejoin the trend. So sometimes, like if it doesn't work, okay, well, you sniff it out, and if it goes lower, fine, fair enough, maybe retest 191, but you were able to get back into it. This is a wall at 194. I would not be shorting 99 here, but I mean, there's crazier things I've seen traders do where you short 99 and just hope it doesn't break. Remember at 355, which is in almost exactly 1 minute, there's going to be an update to the imbalances. Not that Apple had one, but it'll be a major pairing event. A lot of times it can reverse trends or continue the trend. So I'm expecting, we just broke 194. If it doesn't hold on to 194, I'm going to keep tightening up the stop. I think at 355, it either moons or flushes through 194. So at 355, I expect to either get trailed out or it just pops another 30, 40 cents in the money on Apple.
Yeah, I just put the stop 10 cents lower. Yeah, you know what? Let's wait, actually.
I want 55. That's the thing.
Yeah, I thought it was 55 already. So
it's
yeah.
like 30 seconds.
Yeah, we'll wait for that. You know what? Just on that, I'll put the stop right now at 193.70. I always trade around the O's. Let's go 69er right there. 193.69. Let's put that trade in and see what happens. Hopefully it does not get triggered, but if it does, it does. And we will ho-hum a $2.30 Money. Not even 55 yet. There it goes, man. Apple just goes blast off. It's not even the balances yet. There it goes, Apple, $3 now in the money, and it is being pumped up the jam. Pump it up, 194 and change right now for Apple. She gone right now.
It wasn't there before, and now it's 600,000 to buy. Like Apple was, I didn't see it there before in the balances, but now it's a buy and bounce. I just got trailed out because I kept moving my trail. I said I'd have 25-cent stop. It got to 194.74. I just got trailed out of it. So 50 was a high. I just got out of it there on that last little bit of a trail. So there we go. The ride is over on Apple from the low 191s. Probably a lot of places we could have been adding to this. There should be more than just 2 entry points on this chart, quite frankly. But that's how it is sometimes. It did not get to 195. Actually, my chart's wrong. It's 194.50. My thing on P-Pro8 says 74, but it is 50 that's the high of the day. But that's pretty darn close. It's hard to break a 95 late on a Friday, options expiration and all. So Gravity Award that price. We are breaking down on 355. I'm going to tighten my stop again on Google. That's going down while the market is doing absolutely nothing. Apple up, this down, market flat. That's how it's been this Friday.
Yep, and we hit the siren. We got out there at 23 on Apple, so that was a great trade, man. We ended that trade with $3 in the money. So, well, not in the money. We actually took it. Actually, sorry about that. $2.80 right there on that trade, and we got out pretty much the high of the day. Sure, it does wick up there to 45 or whatever right there, but yeah, that was on those imbalances, and there we go again to hopefully the upside on Monday. We'll see, but there goes Apple. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this is not really necessarily a hot take. I would be surprised if Apple's a little down on Monday just because of this move. Like, this is pretty dramatic, man, for Apple. Big move today on a Citigroup upgrade and just breaking out levels. But it's been breaking levels the last 4 or 5 days. So today is a big one, up only 2.5%. But Apple, okay, good out for us, man. I'm really happy with that out. Nothing really on the imbalances, but again, wouldn't surprise me. We saw Meta, I thought, got downgraded recently by someone just because it was at the high of the day, and we keep talking about Nvidia and things like that. I mean, this is just still alive. I mean, this is, the market is going, and no one can stop it. It didn't
pair off. Oh, wait a minute. Apple just paired off now. So it was still almost 600,000.
It probably closes above 194.50, man. You still got 2.5 more minutes in this trade. So.
There's nothing really on the imbalances left. Everything kind of paired off. Yeah. I still have Google, but it's still kind of working downside. I moved my trail stop underneath 120. We have 2.5 minutes to go. Who wants to ring the bell is the real question. I don't mind jumping up and doing it myself, but we got less than 2 minutes, and Kat obviously is on vacation. Oh, that's right. We didn't get a chance. We obviously said yesterday, but she gets a chance to celebrate her brother's graduation today. So that's a lot of fun for her. A lot of people doing that this time of year, so congratulations to anybody that is celebrating a graduation or just moving on to the next grade or just the fact that you like the summer. With 2 minutes to go, my guess is maybe we'll have Fabian or Ramin ring the bell, but who knows?
It's 3:58 right now, so a little bit of time left there. So there's Apple trying to break back down below 194. Let's just check out on Cathie Wood here. Let's check out Tesla. We haven't looked at Tesla in a hell of a long time here today. I don't even think we looked at it once, to be honest with you, which is kind of a shame because we always look at Tesla. Right there, we wrote down earlier that we like that 255 level. That never came into play. That was sort of yesterday's closing area. Tesla today, nice upside move up to 264. And right now, trying to break lower. So if this market was still open, on a little bit of a pullback here, now below VWAP, market starting to go, or no, sorry, below the 50 period, nowhere near VWAP. But right now, Tesla has broken. This has been great. Wow, why did we not notice this? I mean, this just happened right now, but this has been a pretty good level, 263 for Tesla right there in the afternoon. That was a great short. That's too bad. We were looking for some more shorts. We had Micron, which is absolutely fantastic. I mean, Micron just continues to make new moves down, short again. But here we go, man. Only now, 45 seconds left. That was fun on Tesla. One more Cathie Wood name, Palantir. Everyone likes that. 1550 looks like it was close enough to the high of the day. We get that huge move early. Another one again, and then now we're trying to fade out a little bit on Palantir.
Who's on the bell? Oh, there she is.
Someone's coming. Yeah. There we go. So we are going to get Ramin on the bell here to close out. We only have now 20 seconds. But what a great day it's been. Thank you to everybody, and everybody, please make sure you do have a great weekend. Here we go.
Yes, sir. With 15 seconds to go, I just got the bottom on Google, and it's not the bottom anymore. That stock is actually flying to the downside. With under 10 seconds, there she is. Ramin on the ones and
Turn
twos.
around. There we go. Yes.
There's the camera. In 4, 3, 2, and
there we go. Oh, the peace sign. I like the peace sign. Peace. Deuces. We out of here. What a great day it's been, man. It's wine o'clock somewhere, and pretty soon it
Or
will
beer
be that time at the Katina household. So we're getting ready to rock and roll. It should be a good weekend, man. Everyone, make sure you have a great weekend. Happy Canada Day to everybody as well. If you're not part of this party, hopefully you're part of the after party. Because we got Prad coming here. I don't know for how long, but he'll stick with you guys.
because after the show, it's the after
party, right? Exactly.
After the party, it's the hotel lobby.
Exactly, and then you'll join Prad in the hotel lobby, and after that, it goes on and on and on. But let's go over to Sharif at the desk and see how the day wound up.
It was a solid day, guys. The market decidedly higher, whether it was the S&P, the Dow, or the NQ. Let's have a look here at the ticker board. 1.16 to the high side here on the S&P. The Dow just below that 1% mark. 1.5 to the high side on the NASDAQ. Toronto, no slouch, 1.25. Only the BOVESPA having a red day today, as even crude 1%. Bitcoin flat. Interesting. Okay, Ethereum 4.25, guys. What do the two of you guys have on deck for the weekend?
I will be at the Blue Jays game for Canada Day, which is always an absolute blast. We love baseball in my family.
Love it.
So that's a plan for me tomorrow. And tonight is movie night and pizza in the Roberts household.
Katina, man?
I have lots planned. I just can't remember what. Oh yeah, tomorrow Waterloo. I got a big day
Yeah,
tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna go see Baxter, spend some time there, grab some, go to St. Jacobs Market, which is fantastic. Do some local shopping there. Should have a lot of fun. Look at more Neil. There it is. And then on Sunday I have a good family party to celebrate one of my cousin's birthdays. So that should be a lot of fun. That's a pool party, and then Monday we back here, and that should be a lot of fun. You tell me, Sharif, what you got planned?
Not much, Sean. Just gonna do some R&R. Next weekend is the vacation weekend. So this is kind of like the prep weekend. So not much going on in my world. But guys, let's not forget Monday we end 1 o'clock for our viewers. Huh? Uh-oh.
And we end right now. But okay, let's join. Yeah, good reminder there. We are back on Monday.
Yes.
We'll be here for the half day, and then we'll flip it over, and then we won't be here on Tuesday for July 4th, and then we'll be back on the 5th. So that's great. So celebrate it with your friends and family. No matter what you're doing, make sure you are safe. That's for sure. I'm going to steal this from Luca. Give your loved ones a big hug and kiss whenever you do see them. That's for sure. So let's throw it over there to the after party. And Sharif's joining Prad soon. So
Love it.
That should be a lot of fun. Let's throw it over there for everybody here at Trader TV Live. Thanks, Fabian, Ramin, Mark, everybody. Max, Obi was on the show today as well. That's always a treat and a fun one. So thank you to everybody. We're back on Monday. But for now, let's throw it over to Prad. See everybody. Ciao.
See you in a sec.
What is up, everyone? It's Friday. It's over. Markets closed. The casino shut down. Well, maybe the after hours still going, but the casino shut down. It's time to have some party. Time to crack open some drinks. As always, on Fridays over here, we're trying to do something